Here we go. Hey, welcome in, guys. This is the 439th episode of the Dean Withers Show. For everybody who's tuning in this morning or this afternoon, I guess wherever you're at, I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Alongside all the VOD watchers who watch after the fact once we're off air, thank you guys for being here as well. We have a lot to go over today. First and foremost, if you're new here, we'll welcome in. You're in for a treat. We debate Trump supporters for around 4 hours every single day because I think that Trump is the worst president of your life and mine. Regardless if you're 818 or 80, this guy stinks. There's nothing redeemable about his administration. He's hurting us in all conceivable ways, and the goal is to attempt to convince more people of that fact. Now, listen, guys, we are live a little bit earlier today than usual, meaning I'm a little bit more tired today than usual. I'm not really a morning person, if I'm going to be honest. That's because later in the afternoon, I do have my grandmother's memorial service to attend. And also because of that, we may only be live for around 3 hours and 30 minutes. But, I feel like you guys understand. Well, before we hop into that first debate, we already do have the very first Trump supporter of the day connected to the live stream. We are going to quickly go over the breaking news. It's pretty insane today. So if you have been staying up to date with the news, specifically the news yesterday, well, you would have seen the reporting from the New York Times. Oh no, I need to sneeze. There we go. Sorry, guys. If you were up to date with the news yesterday, well, then you would have seen the reportings from the New York Times stating that the White House administration officials met in secret in the Situation Room that is usually used to dictate war plans to instead talk about the Epstein files and the outcome and the fallout of the Epstein files while illegally colluding with members from the DOJ, talking about what should be released, if it shouldn't be released, so on and so forth, in violation of federal law, of course, because the Epstein Files Transparency Act required the Trump administration to release all of the Epstein files. And this is a big scandal because not only were they meeting secretly behind the backs of Americans talking about what they should or should not publicly release when they were required to release everything, but they were also defying Congress and breaking federal law. And today, many members of Congress are calling this Donald Trump's Watergate. Now, I think that this is much worse than Watergate. I think that Donald Trump has done multiple things that are a bit worse than Watergate, but here we are nonetheless. It is a big deal, folks. I really hope that Congress acts. I don't think that they will with a Republican majority in the Senate and the House, and maybe we'll have to wait until midterms when the Democrats win to get something done. But just know that this is meaningful. This is really meaningful. This is brand new reporting about something that happened last year, and it looks like the Epstein files are back in the news cycle, which is always a good thing. Folks, like I said, we already have the first Trump supporter of the day connected to the live. I'm going to go to pass them the mic. A lot of allergies. I got to blow my nose, so I'm going to lean off screen to do that real quick. John, I know that you already told us why you support Trump, at least in a couple of sentences. If you just want to repeat that and give us a more fleshed out argument insofar as why you think he's a good president, you got my attention.
Okay. At the end of the day, he's a good president because I think for everything that we need is a good economy, and Trump's really good for the economy. I'll be honest with you, I won't be able to defend him on every little things that I've seen the show. I know you got certain points you like to pull out. I won't be able to defend him on all those things, but I think if you want what's best for the country, sometimes you got to deal with some Trumpisms, I guess. Yeah.
So, John, you're completely wrong. Okay, you're telling us that Trump is good for the economy. You couldn't be more wrong. I don't listen. There's not a really easy way to sum up all the reasons why he's so bad for the economy, so I'm just going to quickly go over a handful of them. Listen closely. Because of Trump, we have the highest level of inflation for the price of groceries in 4 years, when the Federal Reserve is telling us if he never implemented his tariffs and never started this war in Iran, we would be at pre-pandemic levels of inflation. Because of Trump, last year, we got the worst jobs report in 20 years, ignoring recessions, only adding 181,000 jobs to the economy. When the year previously under Biden, we had a 2.2 million. Because of Trump, we had the most manufacturing bankruptcies in this country in 15 years since the tail end of the Great Recession, meaning that more manufacturers were going out of business and then laying off their employees. Okay, and we had 1.3 million layoffs last year, which was also the most layoffs since the pandemic, which then led to the highest level of unemployment since the pandemic. So where are we at as a country right now? Okay, people are out of their jobs. Okay, in fact, the people who previously employed them are now going bankrupt. They're getting less investment and prices are going up, stressing the hell out of the average American who is already living paycheck to paycheck.
I mean, some of your parts, yeah, groceries have gone up, but you got to look at the whole entire picture. That's important, right? I'm a business owner, and I've tried starting businesses before, and this is the first economy where I can, and I've created it using money that I've made from working overtime. There's no tax on overtime. That's been a huge thing for me. Just
Okay.
saying.
Yeah, and I agree. Listen, I agree that that was a good provision of his big beautiful disaster. Okay, but even when we take that provision of no tax on overtime for 2 years up to a deductible amount of $25,000, in consideration of the rest of the bill, it's still net harmful to the average American, per a study conducted and done by the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. Not to mention that although you would have saved, I don't know, like maybe a couple $1,000s in tax because of that provision, still yet Kamala Harris ran on doubling the child tax credit, meaning each year for the first year of a child's life, parents would be saving an additional $4,000, more so than any amount of money that could be saved via the no tax on tips or overtime provision in the big beautiful bill. And on top of that, she ran on great provisions like giving first-time homebuyers $25,000 to buy a house. That's also more than any singular provision inside of the big beautiful bill. And just the general tax cuts for the working class. Listen, at the end of the day, even when we consider those good provisions of the big beautiful bill, it was still yet harmful towards the average American.
You know the saying where you can bring somebody to water, but you can't make them drink, type thing, right?
Yeah.
You can give tax credits for stuff, and that might help people buy a car here and there. But don't you want to help people build careers, build businesses, employ people? And when you're reducing regulations on business, that's what you do.
Then why are businesses struggling?
Business always struggles, some don't. But
I
that
understand
depends
you're
on
saying
the
that
business.
always some businesses succeed, always some businesses struggle. I agree with you. That's always going to be true under capitalism, regardless if you're in a period of great prosperity or in a period of great depression, 110%. But there are more businesses struggling than those that are excelling today in America compared to a year and a half ago under Biden. We know that because GDP growth is down. We know that because investment in our manufacturers is down, 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 down. We know that because once again we had the most bankruptcies for our manufacturers last year in 15 years.
Okay, but
We know
my
that because
point's
we're getting
against that,
terrible jobs reports. We know that because we're getting massive, massive layoffs. Okay, listen, right? Like, if we want to determine how American businesses are performing, we're going to look at a couple things. We're going to look at how many Americans they're employing. Okay, if they're growing their operations or scaling down their operations or closing their operations. Okay, how much they are paying their employees. Okay, what reported corporate profits are. And every single one of these variables is doing worse today than it was a year and a half ago under Biden. In fact, there's not one macroeconomic variable that is performing better today than it was a year and a half ago that would indicate to us that businesses are performing better. And that's why you have a losing argument on your hands.
Okay, I see what you're saying, but my points against those would be, okay, so we now have a more domestic, focusing on domestic production, right? That's gonna grow businesses. I'm saying fewer regulations. If you try and get an apartment in like Los Angeles, it's literally impossible because they can't build new things, because build new apartments or meet demand or whatever, because there's so many regulations on just starting a business like that. I live in Idaho. It's a little different. Lower taxes on business is help
Man.
business grow. Everybody who has a job works for a business.
Think about it. Think about it, bro. Just use your brain for a second. You said that now we're
And somebody
focusing.
was saying somebody was sexy in the comment or in the comments. I'm not sure if they're talking about me or you.
That's funny, John. Listen, just like use your brain for a second and think about what you're saying. All right? You're saying that Donald Trump is putting more of a focus on domestic manufacturing, and that's going to be good for our economy.
Yes.
Please use your brain for a second. What are a handful of the things that I've said over the course of the last 10 minutes? Manufacturers are going bankrupt at levels not seen in 15 years. Manufacturers are firing their employees at levels not seen since a pandemic. Manufacturers are getting less and less investment every single quarter, okay, after an increase in investment every single financial quarter under the Biden-Harris administration. If these things are true, which they are, and I could give you my sources for them, obviously, domestic manufacturers are not performing better today because of the Trump administration.
Yeah,
domestic manufacturers are struggling more today because of the Trump administration.
You
And you're telling me here that I'm missing the nuance. No, I think that you are, John, because there's no evidence. There's no underlying empirical facts that you could use to prove your position. You could say that he's focusing on manufacturers all you want. You could say that manufacturers are better off because of him all you want. You could say that businesses are performing better because of him all you want. But then when we look at the data, Once again, I've repeated this so many times. When we look at corporate profits, when we look at manufacturing investment, when we look at manufacturing layoffs, when we look at manufacturing bankruptcies, when we look at GDP growth, when we look at real median wages, when we look at jobs reports, when we look at layoffs, all of these things are worse off. And businesses, companies, corporations, and manufacturers cannot be better off when all of these variables are worse off, because these variables are immediately and necessarily representative of the health of our manufacturers, of the health of our businesses, of the health of our corporations. You can't have a corporation that is better off when they're making less money, when they're firing their employees, when they're getting less investment, when they're making less profit, okay, when they're shutting their doors and going bankrupt. You just can't.
I appreciate your. It's hard for me to debate you if you're going to like go on like quite a bit, because I don't like to interrupt. I'm actually listening to you, right?
I know. Listen, John, I understand that I spoke a lot there.
The reason why at certain points, just to, like,
that's fine.
You know what I mean? And you know, I'm not as good a debater as you. I'll tell that. But I'm just saying, when I said there's nuances that you're missing, it's kind of true. So, like for instance, manufacturing. There's a lot of manufacturing that it's literally impossible to do in America right now. All that stuff has moved overseas for years and years and years. So, you know, it's a process. And, you know, to say, okay, we're focusing more on manufacturing in the United States now, and then hoping that it's going to be an instant fix. No. You know what I mean? Throwing instant fixes out there.
I don't think I could save you, John. The reason why I can't save you is because I keep on giving you longer and more nuanced.
Point by point.
Listen, John, I don't think I could save you. I keep on giving you longer, more explanatory and nuanced responses to everything that you're saying. And then you just repeat yourself. I don't know if I could save you. Okay, I understand what you're saying. You're saying that it's harder to produce in America today because all of our manufacturers have gone overseas, right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
And that it's going to take a while to like reboot up the domestic manufacturing because of how many have left overseas, right? That's what you're saying?
Correct.
All right, here's what I'm saying. This was the trajectory, I guess. There you go, because it's English. This was the trajectory of manufacturing in America at the end of Biden's term, going up. The tip of my finger right here represents the very first day of Trump's second term.
Are you talking about manufacturing in the United States? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, going up.
No.
All right. And then the day Donald Trump gets inaugurated, it started going down.
Okay, what policy did he do on the day he inaugurated that caused it to going down?
Well, it wasn't a policy. It was the expectation of tariffs. But then when he actually implemented the tariffs and passed the big, beautiful bill, it got even worse. So
why do you okay, just to put the tariffs out there, right? So the point of the tariff is to encourage manufacturing in the United States. Would you agree to that? Whether you think it does that or not, would you agree that that's the purpose of it?
If that's the purpose of it, then Trump is a moron. That's like saying the point of me shooting you in the head is to save your life.
That's the purpose of it. Yes or no?
I don't think we know. Some days Donald Trump is like, we're implementing these tariffs to drive manufacturing back. Other days, I know you're not trying to get a gotcha. Just listen to me. Some days Donald Trump is like, we're implementing these tariffs to drive manufacturing into America. Other days, Donald Trump is like, we're implementing these tariffs to get better trade deals with other countries. Other days, Donald Trump is like, we're implementing these tariffs to like use them as levers of power and control to get other countries to do what we want. And all these goals are contradictory. You can't use tariffs to drive more manufacturing into America while also using tariffs to incentivize better trade deals with their partners. Because a tariff to drive more manufacturing back to America has to be long-term. A tariff to get a better trade deal with their partners has to be short-term. So it's like, like the different motivations that he's publicly shared for his tariffs are all like contradictory to one another.
I know, but for example, if you're buying from a company in another country who literally pays nothing for labor, and then you're a manufacturer in the United States, it's impossible to compete to that because you have to and should pay
It's
for
actually
your
not, by the way.
employees.
It's not impossible to compete with that. The way that we compete with that was through smart subsidies that basically subsidize corporations so they could continue to pay their employees livable wages while making sufficient profit margins competitive to that of industries in countries like China with lower minimum wage standards. So then they could sell the same goods for the same price. John, I'm kind of done with this conversation about economics with you. I've tried my best. You know,
are you okay with child labor laws?
To prevent children from working? Yeah.
Yes. Okay, but what if it's out of sight, out of mind?
Okay.
Because that's what it is when you buy stuff from China. It's out of sight, out of mind. You're still buying stuff that's for child labor.
Yeah. I'm okay with like tariffing specific companies that use child labor to build their products, but not entire countries. Plus, there's other ways to like disincentivize Americans from buying from those companies. Like I just said, smart subsidies. John, listen, do you have any non-economic reasons why you support Trump?
I mean, to be honest, that's the best reason to support Trump.
It's just
I mean,
John, listen.
You
it's just
at
not.
least admit that.
No.
I'm not gonna say I'm
okay. All right.
Like
last question. Last question for you, John. What is one macroeconomic indicator that is better off today than it was a year and a half ago under Biden?
If you would forgive me and kind of just tell me what a macro aggression indicator.
Fair question, John. Let me say it again slowly, just so you know what it's called. A macroeconomic indicator. So macroeconomic indicators are things that can be used to gauge the general health of the economy of the country at large. Examples of macroeconomic indicators are things like GDP growth, real median wage growth, inflation, jobs reports, so on and so forth.
Okay, rising wages, people making more money.
So actually, we see that the growth rate of real median wages is lower today than it was under Biden in 2024. So that is not an example of a macroeconomic indicator that is better today than previously.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just, we are Charlie Kirk. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just joking. I appreciate it. I don't love Donald Trump for all of his shenanigans. I love the country, and so a good country needs a good economy. I just saw Mar was somebody said Mar in the chat, so I had to throw that out there. I know she says we are Winters.
The Withers, thank you. Listen, John. I categorize Trump supporters into three different buckets. You got Trump supporters who are Trump supporters because they're evil. They know all the bad things Trump is doing, and they don't give a shit. Okay? The second category that you got are people who support Trump because they're dumb. They're just not intelligent enough to like understand the reasons why he's a bad president.
Are you going to put me in the basket of deplorables?
You'll see. And then the third basket of people that support Trump are those that support Trump because they're misinformed. And I would say the quote-unquote basket of deplorables would be the people in the first bucket that are evil, right? And maybe like evil and dumb. Those are like really the deplorables.
Oh, damn.
John, I think for the most part, you fall into that third category of misinformed, okay? If I could ask you to do anything, it would be to watch my live stream, listen to what I have to say. You're completely wrong about your like preconceived notions of Donald Trump's impact on the economy, and I appreciate you for coming up and hope you have a good one, okay?
Okay, thank you. One last real quick thing. Mm-hmm. There's three types of people in this world, okay? Those who can count and those who can't.
That's funny, John. Good one.
All right, thank you. Good call.
Let's go to get that next... Uncle John, thank you so much for that motorcycle. I appreciate you. Dude, that guy shouldn't be a Trump supporter. He's too funny to be MAGA. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream, folks. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. I'd appreciate y'all so much if you could please follow the rules of the live stream. And oh my God, thank you so much, Miranda, for the $100 donation on Venmo. Miranda, that is insanity. That is so much money. That is way too much money. Thank you so much, Miranda. Genuinely. That is beyond kind of you. Beyond fucking kind, Miranda. Thank you so much for that love and support. For everybody watching, I want to see 1,000 Miranda W's down below in that comment section. Genuinely, from the very bottom of my heart, I don't deserve that. There's way too much fucking money, Miranda. And thank you. Genuinely, thank you so much. That is a shit ton of money. I'm beyond grateful for you. Genuinely flabbergasted. Let's see. Miranda with the $100 says, after hearing you play your self-composed piano piece last night, my jaw literally dropped. Amazing talent. You have renewed my faith in the political future of this country. Also, my trans 11-year-old, she held a stuffed animal political debate last night. And it looks like you tried to continue that message, Miranda, but then you got cut off by the character limit. Just know that thank you for being a good mom. It sounds like from that message you were a great mom to your daughter, and I wish that there were more parents out there like you. And I bet a lot of people watching this stream could agree. You sound like you care, and I think that's very meaningful. Let's go ahead and at this point in time get that next guest connected to the live stream. Oh no, it did it again. Quite frankly, it did it again. It did it again. Everybody, it did it again. We got another. Oh, shit. Damn, we just got a guest violation. We'll be able to get that one overturned pretty easily. That's fine. Don't leave that, everybody. We're still going to be doing our debates. We just got to do it the same way we did last time, which is to invite people to join a Discord to then hop in the queue over there. So then we can continue the debates. So everybody do just give us one moment here. Everybody do just give us one moment here. I do just have to set up a new channel, and then we'll be good to go. I'll go ahead and put the link to this inside of my bio. And we'll probably be taking the debates through the Discord channel for like 30 minutes, and then we'll probably be back to taking them through the gas. This is nothing new. Unfortunately, this happens all the time. Unfortunately, this happens all the time. In the meantime, folks, let me know how your day's been so far down below in that comment section. I do really appreciate y'all so much for being here. I do really appreciate y'all so much for being here. Okay, here we go, everybody. We are just doing a couple things here. Everybody do just be patient. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go, everybody. Cool, cool, cool. All right, folks. It's good to see you all. Perfect. We're all good to go. All right, I think that I got the permissions right. It's always a difficult thing to get the permissions right of the Discord channel, just to like prevent people from doing shit. But I think I did. Okay, here we go. I'm going to copy that link. Go over to Linktree. This is going to be a specific debate Discord. We're not doing this on like my main Discord. I don't want to terrorize all of them with a bunch of like Nazis and Trump supporters. I've done that before, and never again. Never again. All right. Here we go. Debate Discord. Fantastic. Then let's go and attach that link. All right. Folks, you should be able to find the debate Discord in the link tree in my bio. Join over there if you do want to have a debate with me. And then just hit the join here voice channel. We should only be over there for around 30 minutes while we get the live access back on my TikTok. And that's good. That's really, really good. So let's go ahead and start up that chat. Doesn't look like anybody's joining yet, so maybe I need to change the permissions of the channel. This is always a doozy, everybody. Don't worry. We'll get it worked out. We're very used to this. We are very, 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 very used to this. Let's see here. Connect. Okay. All right. We should be all good to go. There we go. Link tree's in the bio. Only join if you happen to be a Trump supporter, folks. Only join if you happen to be a Trump supporter. All right, folks. So we already have a couple people inside of the queue over there. Let me tell you the way that we are going to go about doing this. So hop inside of that voice channel, and what I will do is I will be unmuting people, and when I unmute you, that will then be your flag to then take it away and to tell us why you are a Trump supporter. While I'm doing this, I will also be like multitasking here. I'll be multitasking from my phone because I also have to like talk to TikTok to get my account access back. So do bear with me if it's like I'm just operating a little bit slower than usual. All right, let's go to get that first guest unmuted. Jim, Discord username Jim081543. We're going to go ahead and get you unmuted here. Hi, Jim. Do you support Trump? Hello? All right, Jim's not here, so we are going to go and move on from Jim. Move it on to Ron. Actually, sorry. Quick 10. Move it on to Quick 10. Quick 10, hello, do you support Trump? Hello? Oh, they left? Okay, that's fine. Moving on to the next guest. We're going to go ahead and move on to Jaden. That's username Jaden1111. Jaden, hi, do you support Trump?
We are Charlie Girl. We carry the flame. We fight for the gospel.
Hi, Dan. Thank you so much. Sorry, guys. I needed a moment to send off a message, so I just let them go for like 3 seconds. Let's go to move on to the next guest, June. Hey, June. That's going to be username xjunebug_x. Do you support Trump? Hello? All right, June's not here. Folks, be ready to go. When I unmute you, if you don't start talking, I'm just going to move on to the next guest rather quickly. Pepe, you're unmuted. That is username Pepe3533_ some other numbers. Do you support Trump?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, I feel like you had to go through a lot of steps in order to get inside of that Discord channel. And you probably heard me say at like one point or another that we're just looking for Trump supporters, so I don't know, man. Laura, that's going to be Discord user Mother Wife Legend. Do you support Trump?
Father Dean, we need to have a serious conversation.
Okay, you're really animated, Laura.
Animated? Animated
Yeah.
like those split ends that you have?
Oh, I don't have split ends. Fuck you. I take care of my hair.
Did you just say that?
Yeah, you have to be projecting. You're fucking projecting.
I am not projecting.
Yep,
You're
you're
the one that's
projecting. Yeah, where the hell did split ends come from? I didn't mention split ends. Nobody's mentioned split ends. The only person who meant...
I'm looking right at you, Dane.
Yeah, you're looking at somebody with a brain. How does it feel? Is that a new experience?
No, you don't have a brain.
I don't have a brain. Okay, and that's why...
You don't have a brain.
And that's why you're a Trump supporter?
No, but I have a serious conversation to, with you. I need your help with something.
You need my help. All right. Well,
yes.
Is the help about helping you, like, to figure out your support for Trump?
It's something else. Okay, so, you know, my, son, Nick Michael, he has been posting these satanic posts on my page. Oh, we need to help a suffering mother out. I don't know what to do with my son. Do I need to take him to baptism? Do I need to take him, you know, to church next Sunday? You know, I don't know what's happening with my son. So you as a Gen Zer, you know, because, you know, Gen Zers are a bit quirky, you know, could you please help a suffering mother out?
All right, hi, I wasn't even listening to you. Remember, I'm really bad at multitasking here, so I've just banned you because I don't think that you're a Trump supporter. Let's go to move on to the next guest, folks. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. Hi, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yo, the reason why I support Trump is...
That's a child's. All right, folks. I finally got connected to a senior specialist. I just need to take like a second here to text them. Hi. We spoke the other day. I need help appealing a live restriction. There's nothing more I could have done to prevent this from occurring. Please submit an appeal on my behalf to the moderation team. Also, this is super important and really need help ASAP. Sorry, folks. I just had to send a quick couple messages to get the appeal underway to get our multi-guest access back. I am really terrible at multitasking, everybody. If you want to know one thing about me, it is that I cannot multitask to save my fucking life, everybody. Let's go ahead and get that next guest connected to the live stream. Let's go ahead and get Javi unmuted here. Javi, you are unmuted once again. That is username Javi 0545167. Do you support Trump?
Moxie, we are Trump.
Another child. Get the fuck out of here. All right, Jim, I'm going to unmute you. That's Jim. Oh, wait, Jim, I already did unmute you. You started singing the Charlie Kirk song. All right, Chris, I'm going to unmute you. That is hello, I'm Chris_8. Chris, hi, do you support Trump?
Hello, I love you.
Bro, get the fuck out of here. Stop! Ah! I don't know how to pronounce your name. It's spelled Hajik. It's like...
Hello?
Yeah, there you go. Hi, do you support Trump?
Yeah, that's just my Discord. You can call me Caleb.
Caleb, do you support Trump?
Just one aspect of what he does, and then everything else after watching your... I
Oh.
can't say it because I'm in the military.
Cool. All right, listen, man. Well, if the election was held tomorrow between Trump and Harris, who'd you vote for?
Still Trump. Just because Harris didn't do this.
All right, cool, man.
If she would have done this, then I would have voted for her.
Well, you find yourself in the right place. Give me one moment here just to thank a couple people, then I will go ahead and pass that mic off to you. This is just over on Venmo. Miss Heidi. Heidi. Thank you so much for the $100 donation on Venmo. I am so very thankful for you. Thank you so fucking much, Heidi. That is incredibly kind. Genuinely so fucking kind. I am very, very, very grateful for you. Please, guys, I want to see 1,000 Heidi W's down below in that comment section. That is just above and beyond. And I'm so very grateful for you. That is HEIDI. Thank you so fucking much. Genuinely insane. Heidi with $100 says, I'm so sorry for your loss, Dean. I lost my grandma late last year too. I hope that this is enough to buy your grandpa some pretty flowers. Hey, well, listen, I appreciate you so much for the $100, Heidi. Yeah, I mean, so she passed away last week, but we've known that this day was coming for about the last year or so, and honestly, she overlived her expectancy by around 6 months, and it was just constant in and out care for my family. So, I went over this last week when she actually passed. It wasn't like that much of a shock. It was an expectation. And I'm just, in one sense, sad because we lost a family member, but in the other sense, happy that her pain and suffering is over because she was just slowly dying from esophageal cancer. But yeah, today's a memorial service, and I appreciate you so much for your very kind words. Thank you so very much, Heidi. Please, let's get 1,000 Heidi W's down below in that comment section. Same thing to you, Sean. I appreciate you for the $5. Then over on PayPal, thank you so much, Hannah, for the $10 as well, and thank you for your kind message. Sir, thank you so much for your patience, and hello, Momo. Go ahead and take it away. Tell us why you support Trump.
First off, sorry about your grandma.
I appreciate that, man. That's good of you.
I'm in the Coast Guard, and I voted for his support for the Coast Guard. That's really it. His big beautiful bill gave the Coast Guard a lot of money, $25 billion, for new assets, because the assets we have now are 60 years old and they're shit.
I mean, it's kind of like that for everybody in the military. I mean, I have a buddy in the military, and that's all that we talk about when he's in town is how much money the military is funded compared to how much he gets paid and the state of all of his equipment. But listen, how did that $25 billion meaningfully impact your life?
So I'm a machinery technician, and working on all this old ass home until it's fixed. I got family. Some of that money came to one of our assets that I am on. I'm not going to say it, which one, but we are able to finally get new equipment that is actually running nice, and I don't have to stay at work until 6 o'clock every night.
Nice. Okay.
All
right. Listen. Sounds good. I hear you. I understand how that would like make your life better. That's a very like niche reason to support Trump for sure. But here's what I'd say. Man. You took an oath to uphold our Constitution and to protect it from enemies, foreign and abroad. Okay, those on domestic soil as well. And I think that Donald Trump is a domestic enemy to the Constitution, and for that reason, I don't think that you, as a member of our military, can support him. I think that you took an oath to never support anybody like Trump. And the reason why I think that he's an enemy to the Constitution is because he's intentionally and belligerently infringed on many amendments of the Constitution, such as the 14th Amendment with the birthright citizenship clause. He signed EO number 14160 into effect, in which attempt to take birthright citizenship away from the children of undocumented immigrants when they've had that right since 1868. And I mean, even today, he made a post saying that we just need to completely get rid of birthright citizenship, which is kind of saying that in part, we need to completely get rid of the main section of the 14th Amendment. He's also infringed on the 10th Amendment by illegally deploying the National Guard in Illinois, in the opinion of the Supreme Court. He's threatened to infringe on the Second Amendment. He infringed on the First Amendment by now saying that it's illegal to criticize him in the media. He's threatened the 23rd Amendment. He's threatened to infringe on the First and the Second Article. I mean, in 2022, he just straight up called for the termination of the entirety of the Constitution, quote unquote, all of its rules, regulations, and articles. And even further yet, on top of that, I mean, I just think that we see this continual pressure on our checks and balances and our rule of law. And I'm really hoping that you could see how he's this objective, immediate domestic threat to the Constitution, amounting to somebody that you should never support.
I got you on that. I listened to your stream a lot. I agree with everything you're saying. I mean, Coast Guard already got that money, so I mean, I wouldn't vote for him again. But that was mainly the only reason.
I know, but think about it. So basically, you're willing to forego your oath to uphold the Constitution, given that you get paid.
Well, it's not me getting paid. It's creating a better work-life
I
balance.
know, right. You're willing to forego the oath that you took to uphold the Constitution if you think that it makes your life easier. And I think that like, in a very nice sense, kind of makes you possess some aspects or qualities typical that of traitors.
No, it's more so, regardless, he was going to be president, and there's nothing you can do. He wasn't going off. He wasn't going to. What's the word I'm looking for? That's not what he ran on. He's not doing what he said he was going to do. Yes, you predicted that. Let's give you the W on that. But he's not doing what he said he was going to do. That's not my fault.
Okay. So then you should stop supporting him as president.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I guess that's it. I guess have a good one, man. Thank you so much for your time. Honestly, I kind of stopped tracking that debate towards the end because I was multitasking once again. Let's go to start that next conversation, I guess. Guys, once again, if you do want to debate me right now, we are trying to find some Trump supporters to debate. If you do want to debate me, join the debate Discord, Linktree in bio on TikTok. The reason why we're doing debates right now through Discord is because I happen to have a multi-guest restriction that I'm trying to get worked out with TikTok right now. They will work it out. I mean, unfortunately, I get a couple of these per day. I don't really know what like drives these bans. But I mean, there's not much you could do. Unfortunately, there's not much you could do. Coop, you're Coop 234. Do you support Trump?
I'm not gonna lie. I did join this to be a troll, but then I felt like it was a really bad moment to do it, so I started.
Okay, well that's kind of you, Coop. Take care. M, thank you so much for the $9 donation over on Venmo. That's very kind of you, M. I appreciate you. Show some love to M down below in the comment section. Kaden 0911 122. Do you support Trump? You're unmuted. All right, they're not there. We're going to move on. Just once again to remind everybody who's inside of that queue, the moment I unmute you, I'm going to have you take that mic and tell us why you're MAGA. I'll give you around 5 seconds, and if you don't start talking, we are just going to go and disconnect you. Let's go to move on to Tilly. That is Discord user Cherry Cheesecake. Tilly, you're unmuted. Do you support Trump? A little bit of an echo, and they're not here either, so we are going to go to ban them. Once again, for everybody who's tuning in, I appreciate y'all for being here. Let me know how your day's been so far down below in that comment section. Valeria012118, do you support Trump? Okay, Valeria just left. Moving on to Wizzy. That is Discord user Alter, I believe, something like that. Wizzy, you're unmuted. Do you support Trump? Okay, they're not here either. Folks, I mean, this is crazy. Rally, hi, you're unmuted. That is Discord user Rally0198. Do you support Trump?
So my dad supports Trump, and I really need your help because he's constantly calling me stupid for not supporting Trump. And also,
you sound under the age of 18, Rally. Listen, if you like want it, ask your dad if he's down to debate me, and if he is, you could get him up on your account, and then I'll just put a message on the screen telling people not to harass you. But that's about the only scenario that I'll like to take a debate with the family members if they're there and are actively able to debate me. Tako, Tako, you are unmuted. Do you support Trump? Okay, they're not here. Let's go to move on to the next guest, Tina. Tina, you are unmuted. Do you support Trump?
Yes, Sonny, I do support Trump.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh my goodness. Get the hell out of here. Bro, what are we doing, folks? What are we doing, everybody? Oh my god. Only hop inside of that queue, inside of the Discord call, if you are an American adult that is here to tell us why you support Donald J. Trump as president. We are looking for some debates. We obviously got a lot of trolls. Let's go to move on to the next guest. We're going to go to unmute True Woman. That is Discord user Leaf Lover. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
How do you?
What?
How old are you?
42.
Okay. Wow. All right. Why the hell do you support the worst president of your 42 years of life?
He is respectful to women, and I don't like liberals who say that he ain't. He's holding them nice so that they won't get hurt by any other man.
Are you trolling?
No.
Let's see
I'm
if you're
being
actually.
so serious.
What year were you born in?
84.
Damn, bro, you were on it. Quick math. Quick math. I still don't think that I believe you. But that was some quick math. I will give you that. Good. Good quick math. But disconnected. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream, folks. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be MAGA. Johnny Boy, that is Discord user JohnnyFish101. You are unmuted. Johnny Boy, do you support Trump? Johnny Boy, you get around 5 seconds here. Okay, moving on to Love. That is Discord user I love DJU. You are unmuted. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
All right, sounds good. Quickly, just for like all of the people that are tuning in, folks, if you do join the Discord call and you do want to debate, just make sure to be hyper vigilant of your language. If you say anything that I even suspect to be a violation of TikTok terms and service, everybody, we will be banning you because we got to be a lot more careful. We got to be a lot more careful. And the appeal is in process, everybody. Hopefully we should have our multi-guest back in the next 20 minutes. Sir, go ahead, take it away and tell us why the hell you support the worst president of your life. But in fact, right before you do, I want to thank a couple of people. Mr. Anthony, thank you so much for the $50 over on Super Chat. It's so good to see you today, brother. Thank you so much for that love and support. That is beyond kind of you, and I'm so very grateful for you. Thank you so much, Anthony. Let's get 500 Anthony W's down below. Let's get 500 Anthony W's down below. Anthony says, love you, my brother. I know it's a seldom day, but sending support and comfort and healing, yo. I appreciate you, Anthony. Yeah. Listen, man, these streams help me out. These streams make me happy. These streams have helped me out a lot through the course of the last couple of years, and I'm just happy to be here today to spend some time with all of you guys. Over on Venmo, thank you so much, T, for the $10. Who says, Dean, I'm so sorry to your loss. I lost my grandma to esophageal cancer 10 years ago. It was a while ago, but it still hurts a lot. I appreciate you so much, Dean. I'm so sorry to hear that you lost your grandma in the same way. I'm really sorry to hear that. Shao, thank you so much for the $10 as well. I appreciate you so much, Shao. And I'm not familiar with that movement. Same thing to you, Crystal. Thank you for the $5 over on PayPal. Go ahead and take it away, sir. Tell us why you support Trump. If there's anybody watching and you do want to support me, you do want to support the live stream, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on my TikTok account and the pin message over on that YT stream. And the at's right there. Dean Withers without the Ian Withers. Take it away, my friend. Why do you support Trump? I love DJU. Hello? Love, I'm going to go to... Yeah, hi. Go ahead and take it away. Tell us why you support Trump.
Yeah, I was saying I support Trump because he's going to make everything as terrible for the black folk and make everything great for the white folk. And that's going to show you guys how... I think that's perfect. I think all white folks are evil. And I think that Trump's... all his bad things are just showing how evil white folks are. And if you could prove to me way, then I would be great to hear you. But I think slavery is a lot of things. There's a lot of Austin Metcalf just got, all this other bullshit and all this shit. It's just not even good enough for me to sit here and act like white folks aren't evil. I guess if you could prove to me that, they're not evil, well, then I wouldn't support Trump. But, if Trump's going to ruin the land that he stole, I'm glad he needs to do so. He needs to take it and he needs to ruin everything so that black folk can be on top again. Please.
You are probably one of the most ideologically incoherent messes that I've ever spoken to on this live stream.
Interesting. Continue.
The reason...
I'm being real. I'm being real. I go to Michigan State. I go to Michigan State. I think I know what I'm talking about when I talk about slavery and when I talk about how racism is systematic and how systematic would be the fall of America. But if you want to prove to me that that's not true, then go ahead.
Just let me tell you why I think you're literally the most ideologically incoherent person I've ever spoken to on this live stream. Because you're saying that you support Trump, the white man, over Kamala Harris, the black woman, because Donald Trump, the white man, is evil and all white people are evil, and he's really going to hurt black people. Meanwhile, the black woman really would have helped black people.
Well, in a system like America,
think about it.
There's no such thing as helping black folk. There's no such thing as helping black folk. You stole the land from black folk to begin with. So unless we're leading every single thing, there's literally no excuse you could give me that could tell me that white folk deserve to have what they have. They don't. Your ancestors came over here, stole and killed, raped and ate millions of black folk. Please explain to me how.
I think that your view should entail the conclusion that you wouldn't support Trump, the evil white man, as president, and would rather prefer Kamala Harris, the black woman.
He's going to ruin everything. That's what we need to do. That's what needs to happen. Y'all need to lose everything. He needs to destroy ruin everything.
Also, just to clarify, Native Americans were black?
Historically, Africans were the first people on Earth, and it is very clearly documented that Native Americans were also of fair skin. Black does not just mean skin, sir. Black is all.
Listen, dude. I'm just literally asking you a clarifying question. Are Native Americans black?
No, but they're Israelites. So yes, they are technically a part of the family of that what black people would come from. Yes.
Okay, so you said no, but yes. Do you think I could get a clear answer?
Yes, I don't know if saying that they're black. If I say they're Israelite,
also then you want to say Israelite.
I guess not. Do you really believe the real?
Do you really believe Israelite?
The real Jews gang and they're white? Come on now, get the fuck out of here.
You're saying that when you say that.
Come on now.
When you say that indigenous Americans are Israelites, what do you mean by that?
God gave this land to those of culture, those who have browner skin. White skin is not a native to this land. And to say that America is for white people when you're burning on this earth, your skin literally burns from the sun every single day, and you're going to sit here and tell me that this land wasn't from the black folk to begin with. Black folk can literally be anything. It could be Native American. It can be Southern, Western Indian, it can be Middle Eastern, it can really be anything because we all have melanin in our skin. So please explain to me how the people who were here first didn't have melanated skin. You can't.
Listen, dude, I'm just trying to ask you clarifying questions about your view. So
okay.
That's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to ask you clarifying questions about your view.
You're good.
So the question was, Why do you consider indigenous Americans to be Israelites? And then her answer. Oh my God, sorry. And then your answer. No. Let me finish. Come on, let me finish speaking, bro. Come on. Come on, man.
I have a question for you. I have a question for you. This is a debate.
I feel like I didn't get like a sufficient answer to my. So my question was, why do you consider the indigenous Americans to be black Israelites? And then your response was, well, because they're God's chosen people. God destined this land for people with more melanated skin, and black people are also Middle Eastern. Like, I don't think that was a coherent answer to the dialogue.
Black people are Middle Eastern. I said that Israelite people can be both black and Middle Eastern. They can be a plethora of things.
I agree with you because I actually agree with that. Because being an Israelite, like I'd assume if unless you're taking it in like an ethnic sense, is going to be what, like a nationality. So I take like an Israelite to be like somebody born in Israel. Like, is that what you take an Israelite to be, or do you take it to be like something a little bit more theological, like more so somebody? Okay, like something theological.
By biblical standards, which a lot of Christians go by biblical standards, it very clearly states in the Bible that the 12 tribes of Israel, grandsons of Abraham or whoever they were grandsons of.
Are you a black Israelite?
No, I'm actually just a black man. I go to Michigan State. I'm 19. I'm not that old. I'm actually just a regular black man. I'm not a black Israelite. I just believe that what they're telling is partial truth, because you know for a fact that the Israelites would have been enslaved. White folks aren't enslaved. It's no way that the Jew could actually be the real Jew. That's not possible. It's not possible. He's getting burnt in his own land. The sun literally burns white folks.
Thank you so much. I think that guy's an ideological mess. Hey, listen, for everybody watching the live stream, we did go ahead and get our access back on TikTok. Shout out to TikTok for some very quick action there. For everybody hanging out with us in the Discord, folks, at this point in time, we are going to go ahead and close down that channel and just move everything back to TikTok. So I appreciate everyone so much for joining. Like I said, we are going to go ahead and close down this channel. Peace, love. Good night and goodbye. I was about to say the outro to my stream. I don't know. Sorry, that's kind of crazy. My bad, folks. I'm on like auto. I'm on like auto mode. I was closing down the channel and then I wanted to hit like the outro to the stream. So I'm not leaving. We're just heading back over to TikTok. Let me go ahead and close down that channel. All right, for everybody on Discord, head back to TikTok. Perfect, folks. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and head back to looking at the people inside of that queue. We're going to go ahead and go back to looking at people inside of that queue. So only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Once again, huge shout out to TikTok for the very fast action to getting us our counter access back. They've been very awesome as of recently with helping out. Let's go to get that next guest head and loaded up. DB, thank you so much for all the galaxies. I appreciate you as always, my friend.
Hey, Nature Spurs.
I'm sorry, I don't give my opinions on controversial subject matters. Jesus Christ, I can barely speak. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream right now, folks. We got a couple people loading in. Only up inside of that queue. You happen to be MAGA. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
I am 18.
I'm sorry, man. I just don't believe you. Either like you're under the age of 18 or you're not a Trump supporter. Okay, so this person's name is Scott Rogers, and then their profile picture is a photo of me, AI, kissing Parker. Nice. Hey, what a weirdo. Scott, do you support Trump?
I do.
All right, Scott, are you like okay?
I'm trying.
The reason why I ask you that question, Scott, is because like you and other Trump supporters like have a weird obsession with like me doing really gay things. Like, I mean, all of you guys either have like those AI photos on your like camera roll of like me making out with Parker, me in like leather wear with Parker, Harry Sisson, and Chris Mowry. You know, like.
But why would you do it in the first place?
Well, see, that's the thing, Scott. I didn't. It's called an AI photo, and I think that you know that.
I saw it, and I was like, "Wow,
this
is something."
Can you expand on that wow reaction?
Yeah, it was amazing. I saw it, and I was like, "This is great. This is something that the world needs to see."
Happy Pride.
Do you not agree?
Friend. Each their own. Happy Pride, my friend. Yeah,
you should make it your profile. Your profile
Yeah, I should make that my profile picture for Pride Month. Okay, Scott, go ahead and tell us why you support Trump. I don't even need to ask you. I know you're MAGA.
Oh, you're making assumptions about me.
Yes. Scott left. Why did you leave? Why did you leave? Let's go to get that next guest connected. Only opposite side of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. Holy cow. Please and thank you, folks. Do follow the rules of the live stream. Please and thank you, folks. Do follow the rules of the live stream. Let's go to get that next guest ever connected to the live stream. Holy fuck. Yo, Tori! Thank you for the $20 over on Super Chat. You were awesome, Tori. Thank you. Tori with the $20 says, the Bible is a made-up book made by rich men to control civilization. Stop using your Sky Daddy to justify your extreme antics. Well, Tori, I absolutely respect your position. Very similar to the way that I respect the position of more benevolent Christians on the left tuning into the live stream. Something I'll never do on this live stream is say that a religion is false. I'll just simply promote the way that I think is best to practice it. Because like it or not, we'll always have religious people, and I would rather influence them to just hold to the most benevolent interpretations of their scriptures compared to just deny it outright. Also to be inclusive of many people, but I definitely agree with you. There are a lot of lunatics that will use the Bible to just justify the most insidious things ever, right? Like you have the Black Israelite who says that the Bible constitutes moral and divine authority to argue that Black people are superior. You have the white supremacist who says that the Bible constitutes moral and divine authority for the belief that white people are superior. You have the more benevolent Christians that say the Bible constitutes a divine moral authority to say that everybody is equal. There's just no way that all of these interpretations of the scripture are simultaneously true, right? Welcome in, Melody. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Holy. Get out of here, man. Let's go to get that next guest, Ethan, connected to the live stream. MNB, thank you so much for the €5. Appreciate you, MNB. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Let's go to get that next guest connected, folks. Holy cow.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah. Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, Ethan, how old are you?
I am 20 years old. I was born 2006, graduated class of 26.
How long do you expect me to believe that for, Ethan? Just out of curiosity, because it's
about
clearly
5
a
more
lie.
seconds.
Yeah,
about 5 more seconds.
Yeah, good try. Good try. No, seriously, good try. You good try. I respect the attempts. Vicky, welcome in. Do you support Trump? Vicky, hello? Vicky, you are legitimately across
Can
your
you hear
goddamn
me?
house. Yeah, there you can. Lucy, I appreciate you for the gym gun.
Okay, let me turn these off. Give me a
Vicky, what the hell is that profile picture? Lucy, thank you for another gym gun. What is that PFP, Vicky?
Give me a second. Let me turn these off.
Calm down. Holy shit. Stop yelling at me, Vicky.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. What the fuck is your profile picture?
I'm doing the same thing you do, so you can't even be mad. You can't even be mad. You really can't get upset.
Can you
You
explain
do
it
the
to me?
same thing to Trump. All of your thumbnails, you make him look hideous, but you know he's not an ugly person. So you can't be mad when somebody does it to you and makes you look hideous.
Wait, are you saying
This
I'm
is
my...
genuinely what you look like. If you're gonna act like Trump looks like a monster in your thumbnails, then you deserve
Are you
this.
saying on my YouTube thumbnails?
Yes, why do you make Trump look like that?
Well,
He's
no, the
not
funny...
that fucking
Can I-
ugly.
can I
you
tell
try to,
you-
portray him as a fucking...
Can I tell you something really funny?
What's funny?
I actually don't. Yeah, sure, in my YouTube thumbnails, I do go for images of Trump where he looks really angry, or looks really sad, or looks really tired. But I don't go for photos of Trump where he looks really ugly. You just called Donald Trump hideous. As it is, and under typical circumstances. That just shows you how ugly
not ugly.
inside and
He's
outside
not
Donald
ugly.
Trump is. Because genuinely, I do not go for specifically ugly pictures of Trump. I have other criteria. I don't look for
Bro,
the
you
ones where he
know
looks the
that's
worst.
not true.
I know it
You
is
know
true.
that's not true.
It is true. I swear to God, if you go and look at all my YouTube thumbnails, Donald Trump is either going to look angry, sad, or sleepy. Those are my three
Bro, you guys
categories
tell
of
me I'm wrong. Every time he
themes.
posts a thumbnail of Trump, he makes Trump look hideous.
Maybe
does it
he
on
just
purpose.
is.
And
Maybe
now
he
he's
just
trying to-
is.
You're calling the president of the U.S. ugly. I hope you realize that.
I know.
You're
I'm
making
saying
the
something
US
that's true.
president It's not true. You do it on you use AI.
So just to clarify, no, I don't. Do you think that Donald Trump is attractive?
Well, for his age, he is.
Oh no.
There's nothing wrong with saying our president looks okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Bro.
You can't sit here and call the president of our country hideous. That is so disrespectful.
Come on. Come
You're
on, Vicky.
so disrespectful.
No, come on. You know that's some bullshit.
No, I'm being serious. You are so freaking disrespectful. How can you
He's
sit here and say
gross.
that the president is gross?
Yes.
You make him look gross. He's
No,
not actually,
he makes himself look gross. He's just ugly. He's an ugly little guy. Frankly, he always has been too.
I can't even believe like the words that are coming out of your mouth right now. Imagine Trump. You wouldn't say this to his face. Like, you're only saying this because you're comfortable.
You're right. It's not that I wouldn't say this to his face. It's that I couldn't say this to his face because I'd be too busy
you get
throwing
your ass
up.
whipped by Trump.
No, because I'd be too busy throwing up.
Oh yeah, you thought that was funny?
I thought it was true.
It's not true. You literally use AI and you like make his face hideous.
I don't, bro. Okay, let me ask you a question. Close your eyes, Vicky, okay? Close them. Close your eyes. All right, let me know when your eyes are closed.
They're closed.
All right, give me a second here. Give me a second eye.
He's gonna pull up another AI photo of Trump and say this is actually Trump when it's not Trump.
All right, you can open your eyes now. So just to clarify, it's your position that like this guy's attractive?
Dean, I know there's a lot of bad photos of you out there. Like, you can't use this one picture and say because of this picture he's hideous. Like, that's just not how it works. Everybody has their moments. Everybody looks bad sometimes, and the same thing for you. Like, there's so many bad pictures of you out there too. That's just a human thing. Like, you can't say, oh, because of this picture he's hideous. It's only one picture. That doesn't tell us anything.
It's just one picture.
Yeah, that doesn't tell us anything. There's bad pictures of you too. How would you feel if somebody pulled up a picture and said you were ugly?
I agree that there's some bad pictures of me out there, but I don't think they're that bad. I don't think they're that bad.
Bro, you're comparing yourself to like an 80-year-old man and it makes you feel better, saying that you look better than an 80-year-old who's running the country. Like, what are we doing?
Oh, wait, I do. I do look better than Donald Trump. I mock him.
Oh, you're clip farming. You just want somebody to like post that and make an edit of you. Oh, I look better than Donald Trump. Like, you.
I mean, I wasn't
even
even thinking about that. But now that you've said it out loud, someone will probably do that. So thank you, Vicky.
Yeah, right. Like you weren't. Yeah, sure. All you do is clip farm. You don't even care about debates. You don't care about the people who come up on your panel trying to have a good civil dialogue with you. You don't care. All you care is about slandering the president.
Damn.
Making the president look
You
like
sound
trash.
really butthurt. And also, you sound like a hypocrite. Quote unquote, you don't care about the people who join your live to try to have civil discourse with you. Meanwhile, you like turned me into an AI blobfish and then joined the live and said, Dean, this is how you look. And I'm doing this because of how ugly you make Trump look in his and your thumbnails on YouTube. Meanwhile, I don't even go for ugly photos of Trump for my thumbnails. He just happens to be ugly.
He's not ugly. Like, you could just find a picture of him posing regularly.
Do you think that he needs to shower, Vicky?
That he needs to shower?
Yeah.
I think you do. Why would he need a shower? Of course
Okay,
he
next
showers.
question.
He's the president.
Do you think that you need to shower, Icky Vicky?
What?
Do you think that you need to shower, Icky Vicky?
This is just a projection. Like, we all know you smell like old cheese and like wet socks that have been sitting out. Like, we know you stink.
Well,
You don't need
actually,
to
the
come
first
for
thing
me
I'll
saying,
say,
I need a shower.
have
You're
you
the
ever
one who's
smelled, listen, have you ever smelled 18-month aged Gouda?
I'm sure you have, because you walk around with that stench reeking off of you. Like,
It
you wouldn't
smells
need to
great.
ask me when you're
I know.
right
I
here.
just like I love cheese. Listen, I love cheese and crackers.
silent.
My
Like, shut
favorite,
up.
my
You're
favorite
silent.
cheese is Gouda cheese that was aged for 18 months, and it smells fucking fantastic. And no, I don't smell like old cheese. It's more like a vanilla coconut. I think that's the shampoo my girlfriend has bought for the next couple weeks. I let her control those
Vanilla
things.
coconut.
I let her control those things.
That is not gonna cover
Because
up
if
the
it was
sins
up to
that you
me,
have. Like,
if it was up
the
to me,
vanilla coconut is
I
just gonna
probably
max. That's not gonna
wouldn't
work.
be taking too good of I wouldn't be buying the best shampoo, conditioner, and all those things. So that's she knows more about that than me. But we're getting distracted. Icky Vicky, why the
So
hell
your
do you
girlfriend
support?
like convinces you to shower? Is that what it is?
No,
That
my
is-
girlfriend knows a lot
You're a
more than I
grown-ass
do
man who
about
needs
like
support.
what the best products are for like shampoo, conditioner, so on and so forth. So like that's like she's in charge of like getting those things, and you know, it's just
Does
the
your
way
girlfriend
that the
think you stink?
relationship works. What's that?
Does your girlfriend think you stink?
No, my girlfriend does not think that I stink. Good question. Now tell me, why do you support
Yeah, I know
Trump,
it's a
Icky
good
Vicky?
question. What'd you say?
Why do you support Trump, Icky Vicky?
No, I'm asking what you say in that last part, like the last 2 words.
Oh, Icky Vicky?
And this is exactly why I have this as my profile picture. And so many people understand you're such a disgusting individual. I don't know how anybody could sit here and support you.
I know. You know,
You
this
don't
is
care
honestly
about anything but making money and acting like you care for communities that you don't care about.
Yeah, this is honestly the
Is
best
it
argument.
that hard to read it?
This is honestly the best argument I've ever heard. Dean, I support Trump because you're literally a smelly grifter. Like, what is this? Fucking preschool?
I mean, you call
Vicky,
Trump a grifter, so you can't
you're an
be upset
adult.
if somebody calls you a grifter.
I'm an
That's
adult.
just-
Let's act like adults. And by the way,
I should
that
be
last claim
telling
that you
you
just made
that.
there was
What?
fucking insane. You just said, Dean, you called Trump a grifter, therefore you shouldn't be upset when people call you a grifter. Okay, yeah, well, I also called Jeffrey Epstein a pedophile, but I am going to get upset if somebody calls me a pedophile because it's true that he's a pedophile and it's
The
false that
same way
I'm a
it's true that you're a
pedophile.
grifter.
No, it's absolutely not. I don't even think that you could define that word. Tell us.
No, I
Tell us
don't, I
what a
don't want to
grifter is.
define it, but you
I
know,
don't,
you
I
know
don't want to
exactly
define
what
it.
I'm
Oh
talking
yeah, Dean, I'm just gonna lob these loaded allegations at you because I'm Icky
How
Vicky.
is it loaded if
right?
it's true?
But then you can't. How do we know
Holy
it's
shit.
true if you can't even define what it is? Like, listen, if I said that you're a gluba globamesh, all right, and then I was like, it's true that you're a gluba globamesh. But you don't fucking know what a gluba globamesh is. I don't fucking know what a gluba globamesh is. That's just gibberish. I'm gibberating. I'm just saying shit. The same way I think that you're
Gibberating
just
is not a
gibberating. The same way you're just saying shit.
Gibberating
When you
is
say,
not a
oh,
word.
Dean, you're a grifter. But I can't tell you what a grifter is. I couldn't give you a definition of the word. I'm just going to say it because I'm really emotionally disturbed because you describe quite well, by the way, tooting my own horn there, on why my favorite president is a piece of shit.
Bro, you say shit, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Like, what is what was that word you said? Gluberating?
Gibberating.
Gibberating. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not even a word.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you're speaking nonsense, but you try to act like you know shit.
It's a verb. It is the act of
Okay, I don't care.
gibberating,
I don't care.
of disseminating gibberish.
I don't care.
So
That's
gibberish is like a noun, right? The gibberish as a noun means like incomprehensible like strings of words, right? But then the action of gibberating, okay, is the action of spewing gibberish.
Bro, nobody cares about this monologue. Like, who actually asked? Who
Well, I mean,
actually cared
low-key
about what
you
fucking
did.
gibberating means?
Low-key,
Who
you
a- who
did.
asked?
You.
I didn't ask. What the hell? Well, I
Or
don't
not
care
a
about
not a
what
verb, an
gibberating means.
adjective.
What?
All right, listen, just give us the argument. Either tell us why you support Trump or give an argument that I'm a grifter.
Okay. Mm. Tell me why you. Anytime somebody comes up and they're having a conversation with you.
Oh my fucking god, she's
No,
so
you asked me
butthurt.
to describe you. I'm not butthurt. I'm just telling the truth.
Meredith, thank
Are
you so
you
much for the
mad?
$3 on Venmo. Who
This-
says my dead
exactly, there you
grandmother's
go.
better
This is
looking
your
than Trump?
proof.
So true. What?
What?
I was just thanking somebody for a donation, Icky Vicky. Can you shut the fuck up?
No. I'm reacting to the donation. They said their dead grandma looks better than Trump. That's a crazy statement.
Well,
Don't
it's
you
a
think?
true one too. Nina, thank you for the $5 over on Venmo. I appreciate you, Nina. Kayla, thank you so much for the $20 over on Venmo. Thank you so much, Kayla. I appreciate you. Let's get to it. Kayla W's in the chat. That is Khala. And Kayla, I'm going to go ahead and put a pin in your question, because that is a question that would take a long time to give a response to. And just because we're in the middle of a debate, I'm going to save it for later. But remind me to answer that, because that's a good one. Thank you for the $20. So seriously, I'm so very grateful for you. Over on Super Chat, Aria, thank you so much for the $20 over on Venmo. I appreciate you so much for that love, Aria. That is Aria. Aria with a $20 says, gibberating generally refers to speaking rapidly, incoherently, or unintelligibly, often as a result of fear, shock, confusion, or overwhelming excitement from a simple Google search. Exactly! It is a word. Bran and Sarith, thank you guys so much both for the $5 on Super Chat to support the Griff. And Sarith, happy birthday, my friend. And Aria, thank you so much for another $10. Said Icky Vicky is so icky. And Aria with another $50. Let's go, Aria! Oh my god! I want to see 800 Aria W's down below in the comment section for the total of the $80 donos over there on Super Chat. Genuinely, that is so fucking kind of you. I'm so very grateful for you. Aria with the 50 says, Donald's is atrocious. He looks like a dried up orange POS, and he's a serial cheater and a pred that is also a 34 count felon as well. I appreciate you so much, Aria. If somebody said that about my grandfather?
Yes, how would you feel? Because you're acting like this is normal to be going out and shaming our president.
Sure. Well, actually, let me go ahead and give that a coherent response. So if somebody called my grandfather an atrocious POS, I'd probably be really mad at them, right?
Exactly.
As things are. But like, if things were different and my grandfather was a rapist who took healthcare away from 10 million low-income Americans, defunded USAID that's expected to kill 14 million people over the course of the next 10 years, and cheated on my grandmother, divorced her, got 2 other wives and cheated on them too, and then went on to depict black people as monkeys on social media, then I don't know if I would care as much if somebody were to call him a disgusting POS.
But that doesn't change the fact that you're blood related. So you're literally related to this man by blood. You guys have an internal connection. Like you're born with that connection.
Okay.
Therefore,
Yeah, well, I mean,
you have to have some type.
Listen,
What?
so this live isn't like a therapy, like feel good, let's go ahead and debate blood connection, and if it matters, whatever.
Nothing
like,
about you
other
is
people do
therapeutic.
that.
I'm just speaking the truth.
I know, not to you, not to Trump supporters. I don't make you guys feel too good. I kind of hurt y'all's butts. But listen, we're not here to debate like the meaning of blood relations. We're here to debate the efficacy of the Trump administration and why people should or shouldn't support them. So can you give an argument, or should I move on?
I support that. My party aligns with free speech. We're able to say whatever we want, but without being without having our careers torn from us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I see that a lot on the left. Like
you're actually not allowed to say whatever you want.
You slip up once, and then your whole career is taken. You're homeless.
Can I
can't
give
feed
you
your kids? Who wants that?
Can I give you an explicit example of Donald Trump ending somebody's career because of what they said?
I mean, yeah, I don't think he did that though.
He's actually done it more than once. So he ended Marjorie Taylor Greene's career because of what she said. She said that the Epstein files should be released. Okay, and then he kicked her out of politics.
Her career ended? I'm curious how would you?
Because she literally she literally left Congress
just by speaking.
Yeah, she literally left Congress because of it.
Well, she made that choice. She wasn't forced to leave Congress.
Yeah, she was forced to make that choice. Yeah, because Donald Trump pushed her out of politics. Same thing with Thomas Massey. Same thing with Stephen Colbert.
Okay, well I'm sure they have a fallback. Like they could find another job.
Well, yeah. So you went from saying that you support the right because you guys are the party of free speech and you don't end careers over what people say. But then when I gave you 3 explicit examples of Donald Trump doing exactly that, well, then all of a sudden you say that I don't really care because I'm sure they could find a different job. Dude, you're such an annoying, spineless hypocrite. John, thank you for the $10 over on Super Chat, who says, thanks for the good debate. Oh, yeah, I debated you early, man. Good to see you. I really do hope that you consider a handful of the things that I had to say, John. If you're watching the live stream and if you want to support me, support the live, you guys can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pin message on that YT stream, and the ads at the top of the phone screen on TikTok as well. Dean Withers without the E and Withers. Just make sure that you double check the spelling if you use the at because there's a bunch of scamming accounts out there. Also, folks, while we're getting that next guest connected, I just got a really exciting text. So this is from the producer of the Jubilee 1v20 that I filmed at the end of the month, last month. And she says, and I quote, "Dean, this episode is fucking gold. It's going to break the internet." So I've never got that text from her before. I've never got that text from any Jubilee producer before. And I have filmed quite a few episodes with them. So that is a very, very, very exciting text. I can't wait to see how it turns out. Carson, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
6'7".
Okay, bands. Let's go to get the next guest loaded up into that queue right now. Only hop inside of the box if you happen to be MAGA, folks. Only hop inside of that box if you do happen to be MAGA. Quickly, I got to blow my nose, so I'm just going to lean off screen to do that, and I'll be right back.
Take your time.
Hey, welcome in, man. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
And 2 sentences or less, tell us why you're MAGA.
Well, I'm MAGA because I support his border policy. I support his economics. I support his foreign policy, like the war in Iran. And I think that we should be a Christian nation.
Wow, okay. I mean, all like really terrible points. Border policy, economic policy, foreign policy, and Christian nation. I don't know where we should start. Let's start with that last point. You think that we should be a Christian nation. I think that that point is intelligible and literally impossible to defend. Can I tell you why?
Yeah, sure. Go
Because
ahead.
the Christian religion gives us absolutely no framework to effectively legislate a criminal justice system. The only type of criminal justice system that can be coherent and logically cohesive is a secular criminal justice system. Like, for instance, what branch of Christianity do you follow?
I'm a Catholic.
Okay, perfect. So you believe in like mortal sins, all right?
Yeah.
And do you think
And
that
like
things...
the authority of the Pope and the Catholic Church.
Yeah, do you think that like things should be like legal or illegal predicated upon if they're venial or mortal sin? Or how do you think we should determine which sins should be criminal to do and which ones shouldn't?
I believe that it should be determined by a jury. I believe that a jury should look at the sin. They should decide whether or not that sin is worthy or not to be decided to be charged with a crime. Like for example,
based on like what? Based on what?
Based on like religiosity, you know, like we could take like
That's
a jury
vague.
of 12
I'm
people.
asking you for like what Catholic framework, in accordance with your religion, in accordance with your God, in accordance with your scripture, in accordance with your magisterium, should be used to determine what sins ought be illegal and what sins ought be legal. And your response is to tell me, well, we should just like collect like a body of humans. All right. Well, keep in mind, human judgment is first fallible, and second of all, human judgment is not your standard of like morality. It's not your standard of wrongness. It's not your standard of rightness. Your standard of morality, wrongness, and rightness is God. So what Christian framework should we use to cogently determine why some sins should be legal yet others should be legal? Like, I'll give you an example. Do you think it should be illegal to have sex outside of marriage?
No.
Okay, do you think it should be illegal for a woman to get an abortion?
It depends on the circumstances.
Elective circumstances.
It depends, again, on the specific circumstances of her pregnancy and
Okay,
why
like,
she's deciding to, like, go
Okay,
with
like,
her.
what's an example of an abortion that you think should be, like, not allowed? Should be illegal?
Well, I believe, like, in the cases where, like, a household is unable to sustain it financially or, like, any other reasons like that. I know a lot of people will say, like, the adoption argument, but I also know that, like, childbirth can be extremely traumatic. I'm a father, and...
Perfect. So your argument is that if a woman wants to get an abortion because of financial circumstances, that she shouldn't be able to?
I think she should. It just really depends.
That's actually... Wow. Okay. All right. That's good. I guess I'll use something other than abortion because I guess you're pro-choice. Do you think that, like, I don't know, theft should be illegal?
Yes.
Okay. So because you think that we should live under a Christian nation, okay, what, like, Christian framework are you using to reasonably conclude that the sin of theft should be illegal, yet the sin of lying or sex outside of marriage should be legal?
Well, I look a lot at Hammurabi's code and like how he ruled the Akkadian Empire. A lot of it was like the different like empires that lived, like Babylon, for example, going into like the Hittites. They lived under this framework where an eye for an eye, an ear for an ear. A lot of it was mostly just to like regulate grain storage and different things though. And that eventually evolved into the Jewish church, which eventually evolved into the Catholic Church, you know, through the different like councils of Nicaea. Constantine and the Roman Empire. I really
You don't think that we should
dislike-
live under a Christian nation?
What do you mean?
Yeah, when from what year is Hammurabi's code from?
Like 2000 BCE.
It was 1753 BCE. Okay, what
Around
year? What year is the Old Testament from?
A little bit after that. I mean, Abraham lived
Yeah.
close to around the time.
Like
but-
the earliest
I'm aware
that
that the
scholars
Akkadian
suggest that
Empire-
even the Old Testament was composed was around 15th century BC.
Yeah.
With the New
I-
Testament and the Old Testament being canonized into the religious Bible at around 400 AD. So basically,
Right,
the
I'm
claim
telling
here
you how
is
these
that
codes
you don't
evolved.
think that we should be living in a Christian nation because you think the foundation, okay, for our criminal justice system should be something that existed and predates Christianity.
Well, listen, first of all, morality is a subject that should be touchy for you to discuss. I mean, you talk about people as if they're these tools. Like, for example, I have a friend named Liv. You Santana, and Parker, you speak about her very
you're
nastily.
trolling. Oh, you're
I'm not.
trolling.
I'm not. You speak.
Yeah.
First of all, I was watching your stream yesterday when Santana was on live, saying things about Liv, calling
Yeah.
her weird. She didn't join your channel one time. It's
Uh,
not. It's
Can I-
not good to speak
can I
about
ask you
people
to,
like that.
Can I ask you to do something?
Sure. What do you need me to do?
Cry?
Well, I'm already doing that. So, good boy.
Damn, power move.
Yeah, exactly. You
Power,
shouldn't.
power move.
You
Damn, you own that
need
shit.
to
That was
live in her
that was a
And
pretty
you
that
need
was,
to
that was a
give
pretty
Mar
good
an
response. I
apology.
kind of gotta give it to you. That was a pretty good response, man. You own
Will
that
you
shit. That's a
apologize
power
to
move.
Mar and Liv?
Get out of here, dude.
Hold your right hand up and apologize.
Okay, let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Only up inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Please and thank you. That guy was a troll. Let's go to get that next guest connected right now. We got Allison loaded up into the box over on Super Chat. Thank you so much for the $10, Deborah. Let's get 100 Deborah W's down below. I'm very grateful for you. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
20.
What year are you born in?
2016. Oh shoot. Let me shut up.
Are you 10? No, they didn't sound 10. I kicked them, but like, they were like with that birth date that they gave, they're either 9 or 10. I think that they actually misspoke. What was her name? Allison. Allison, if you want to hop back inside of that queue, I'll give you another shot because I don't think that you are like 9 years old. I don't think that you're 10 years old. I think that they meant to say 2006, right? And then misspoke and said 2016. I just don't think that they're like a 9-year-old. So I'll give you another chance. Hop back inside of that queue if you want to. I'll bring you up. Let's go to get that next guest connected. I'll give you another chance. I don't think that you're literally 9. All right, welcome in. What's up, Diamond? Do you support Trump?
No, I don't support Trump. F Trump.
Based. Let's go and get that next guest connected to the live stream right now. We're gonna give a preference to the MAGA women inside of the queue, folks. Just because it's all too frequently that I'm debating a shit ton of men. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
We are Charlie Kirk.
Damn, bro, you fucking suck. Back to the drawing board, please. You're flat as hell on that. On that Kirk. You gotta hit that Kirky, dude. You gotta hit that Kirky, or else he's gonna haunt you from the grave because of how disrespectful you are to place an out of key, flat rendition of the great scripture on his name. All right. You're messing with fire. You're messing with fire, dude. Riley, do you support Trump?
We are
I'm not even gonna give you an attempt, but from the wind-up, she sounded like she knows what she was doing. You hear like the, like she was really like hitting it. I feel like she would have hit it, but unfortunately, we're never gonna know. So let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream right now. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Well, yeah.
Josh, how old are you? All right, Josh is lagging real bad. Kathleen, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Hi, yes, I do.
All right, Kathleen, how old are you?
I'm 53,
What year are you born in?
1955, sir.
Nah, man, you trolling. You call me sir.
I'm not. I promise. I wanted to have a good debate with you today.
Ooh. I don't know. That voice is really convincing. If you are trolling, you're really good at it.
I promise you, I'm not. I've been waiting a minute for you. And
wait,
so
did you say? Wait. Did you say 1953?
I said 1955. I said I graduated in 1978, sir.
Oh yeah, you're terrible at math. Like let's just think. Let's think real quick. So, what is, let's just say, 2000 minus 1955?
55.
45.
Dean, could you at least let me have a debate with you?
45.
I promise you
that would have made you.
I am 18 plus.
That would have made you 45 in 2000. And so you're telling me that in 26 years, you aged 7 years?
I promise you I'm at least 18. Can I have a debate with you, sir?
Then how old are you?
I'm actually 21.
I
was coming in here I will be honest with you. I was coming in here originally to troll. I am of the MAGA standpoint, and I wanted to troll a little bit, and then I'm just not good at math, all right?
Can you say like a full sentence? I just want to see if that southern accent is legit.
Yeah, what do you want me to say, sir?
Well, how about this? Let's just ask a better question. What state are you from?
What state am I from? I'm from Tennessee.
Okay. Name 3 cities in Tennessee.
I'm from Muskogee. I don't really go much outside, but I mean, I graduated in Muskogee, Tennessee.
I think I may believe her. Listen, if you're lying though, I'm gonna be upset. Go ahead and take it away. Tell us why you're a Trump supporter. If I sniff some shit out and I think that you are not actually a Trump supporter, I will go ahead and kick you though pretty easily.
All right, I understand that, sir. So I support Trump because I think that he has done a lot for our country that is beneficial. I think that every president that has gone into office has done something that is not beneficial to America, right? But I do think that Trump has made some policies, passed some policies that are beneficial, starting off with border policies. Now, I see where this can get wrong. Honestly, I'm trying to become educated on your side of the stance because I find politics so interesting. But I believe that border policies are, in a sense, beneficial because as much as we have people coming in, eventually we're getting to a point that, we can't host this many people, right? And so I'm
sorry, I'm getting troll vibes. Now I will say that the troll vibes I got from you are like rather low. I didn't really get like too insane of troll vibes off of you, but I was getting a little bit. I'm gonna go with my gut. All right, because the last couple days there's been some trolls outsmarting me. All right, they've been taking the piss. They've been shitting on me. All right, they've been up here for like 30 minutes having a full-on debate with me. Meantime, the whole time they're trolling. So I'm gonna kick you because I don't want to let another troll get something over on me. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I did for a while, but I'm getting really confused. And I know this is supposed to just be a plain ass debate, so if that's whatever, you can kick me if you want. But I want to get educated because I'm about to cry. I feel like I'm just fed all of these lies. And I decided not to vote last year. I was really close to voting for Trump. And then I was like, you know what? I need to educate. I've got 3 kids. I need to understand both sides before I can move forward.
You know what? Sure. Yeah. I'll make an exception. I want to be able to help you out a little bit. What do you want to get educated on?
I feel like social media shows me the extremists from both sides. That makes the liberal side just look so unappealing that it almost scares people.
Yeah.
But same with the right side.
I get that because I used to be on the right when I was a kid. And because of the way that liberals were depicted on the internet, I thought they were all like crazy blue-haired wackos with no clue. All right? Because when you're down that like alt-right consumption content pipeline. That's the way liberals are depicted.
Yeah.
Okay, so specifically, what do you have a question about? Is it about public policy? Is it about economic reform? What is it about?
I do want to understand the basis of like government side of
Okay.
like the actual base setup of the Democratic side, because I know the Republican side is more limited government, and I do like less people in my business, but socially I'm more conflicted because I mean with the trans movement, I'm not anti-trans, but I am anti-pedophiles pretending they're trans to get access to the women's bathroom.
Okay. And for that reason, you don't think that trans women should be able to use the women's restroom?
I wish there was an easier way to depict who's doing what, because if there's someone who genuinely, they're like, yeah, I'm a woman, I'm doing this for my reasons, yes, come on in, I don't mind, like we're good. But if it's a man who just wants easier access, I can't.
I actually agree with you that I'm anti-pedophiles pretending to be trans to take advantage of women inside of the women's restroom. But let me tell you something. That's actually the reason why I think that trans women should be able to use a women's restroom. I think that there would be more pedophiles pretending to be trans if we instead separated the restrooms on the basis of biological sex compared to gender identity. Because when we separate the restrooms based on sex, we're saying females in the woman's room, males in the man's room. Trans men are female. And trans men, because of the insane effects of testosterone on any human body, are just as, if not more masculine presenting than cis men on average. So once again, when we separate the restrooms on the basis of sex, any cis man could just claim they're a trans man to then barge into the woman's restroom and take advantage of people in that space. Listen, is that same opportunity still existent when we separate the restrooms on the basis of gender identity? Sure.
It is, and
but
that's where I
it's
get
just
even
smaller.
more.
The opportunity is smaller. And the reason why I say that is because trans women are significantly less masculine presenting on average than trans men.
Okay. And I know traditionally Christians are kind of pushed into the right side, and I am a Christian, and I haven't delved deep into scripture, and I don't want to debate that because that's really not why I'm here. But why are they so hateful? Like, if they're all Christian on the right side, why are we being so hateful to everybody? Because it's just hypocritical. And
The American political system has hijacked and exploited Christianity to do bad things since the conception of the American political system. All right? Never, ever, ever, ever listen to anybody who says, because you're a Christian, you have a God-given moral duty to agree with me politically. Because we've been doing that for hundreds of years, and always for the bad reasons. Looking all the way back into antebellum era chattel slavery in America. All right, what were the Christians at the time saying? Well, what they'd say is, hey, if you're a Christian, you have to agree with me that slavery is okay. Because when we exploit the text of the Christian Bible and we only look at particular books in the Old Testament and particular books in the New Testament, it seems like God's okay with slavery. And they actually created what was called a slave Bible, where they removed upwards of 55 books out of the Bible. No, 35 books out of the Bible, and condensed it down only to a few, and then disseminated that to everybody in the country, including the slaves, to convince people that they should be okay with slavery if they're not a slave, and to convince the slaves that God wants them to be a slave. All right? And then we saw the same thing in the South in the 1970s, 80s, and 90s. So in the South, prior to the increase in extreme Baptist evangelicalist movement, a lot of Christians were pro-choice. And the reason why they were pro-choice was more so like, well, your relationship and connection to God is a very personal thing. You do you, I do me. I have my faith. You should share it too, but I'm not going to force you to do that. And for that reason, women should be able to access legal abortion. Okay?
Yes.
But then that was hijacked by the Christian Baptist extremists. So then they started the argument of states' rights. Just merely a reflection of the Confederacy to say, well, maybe we should just send all these states back, these rights back down to the state level so we could then ban abortion. And it was once again hijacked by the Christians. All right. And I think that the right today is doing the exact same thing where they hijack Christianity. They say, if you're a Christian, you have to agree with Trump, even though Trump stands against all Christian values. The Bible says, to care for those with lesser than yourself, Okay, and in fact, the way that you treat them is the same way in which you're treating the Lord your God. Donald Trump says, if you have lesser than me, I'm going to take your health care away when we already have 50,000 people die every single year via lack of access to it. I'm going to take your food stamps away, even though food stamps reduce childhood poverty, reduce healthcare costs, and increase health outcomes. Okay, the Bible says, love thy neighbor. Jesus was so loving of thy neighbor that he even outreached to a Jewish Pharisee by the name of Nicodemus in the New Testament. He said, I understand that, you and your friends are literally trying to kill me, get me crucified, but I love you nonetheless, and I want to offer you an opportunity to become one of my disciples. Donald Trump says, I despise thy neighbor so much that if you're Muslim, I'm going to try to get you banned from coming into our country. If you're black, I'm going to try to convince people that you were born in Africa so you can never be president. That was his introduction into politics because of Obama. If you're gay, if you're queer, if you're trans, well, then I'm going to designate you as a domestic terrorist. I'm going to prevent you from joining the military, and I'm going to stigmatize the hell out of you just so I can get your votes. If you're a woman, well, I'm going to overturn these protections that now mean if you're raped and impregnated, you can't access abortion in 10 of our 50 states just to get more points within the GOP. He is the furthest thing away from a Christian. He is the furthest thing away from a preacher of the scripture and the gospel, and he's the furthest thing away from any manner of an ideologue that should ever be venerated in any sense by any Christian in this country. You have no obligation to be on the right. You have no obligation to be MAGA. You have no obligation to be a member of the GOP. No obligation to support Trump because of your religious values. In fact, you have an obligation to do the opposite, to not support Trump.
Right. And I think the voice has just gotten louder and louder in my head. And I'm like, watching it being Israel's dogs and all, there's just been so much hateful everything. And I can't rightfully support that. I don't think it's just conflicting with the way that I was raised. So can I ask you, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, what was your pivotal point that flipped you from right to Democrat? And where do you think I should be digging in to learn first?
So my pivotal point was J6 in 2021. That's when I watched our president attempt to coup a free and fair election to install himself for a second term because he didn't like the outcome of the election. Therefore, he wanted to reject it, terminate it, to overturn it. Okay, and what that told me was A, regardless of how good I thought his policy was, he's just simply too divisive for the country that he can never be an effective leader. And B, any effective, good leader would absolutely accept the free and fair outcome of an election because that is what we, the people, voted for. All right. And he didn't. He despised the outcome of the election, which told me he despised the American people and he could care less about honoring their wish. And in fact, he wanted to actively go against it by installing fake votes for himself in Congress to make him a two-term president against the voice and the vote of the people.
Okay.
That was my pivotal moment.
That makes sense. Oh, man.
Let me give you something else. Another really big reason why I could just never support Trump as president is because of his character. He is a violent sexual predator. A court has found him guilty of raping a woman by forcefully penetrating her vagina with his fingers. And there are audio clips of Donald Trump proudly boasting about how funny he found it when he barged into the dressing rooms of naked women and naked little girls to look at their naked bodies.
Yeah, that's not okay. And some of these comments are telling me to critically think for myself, and I just want to say that's what I'm trying to do. These voices are just so loud when you look up anything online. I just wanted a quiet voice.
I agree with you. I think you are trying to critically think. And listen, this is the reason why I run these live streams. Usually the reason why when I have somebody like you come up and they say, hey, I'm just looking for more information, I kick them, is because the means of like consumption of this information, I think is something that you could get as like a viewer of the live stream. Okay, by watching me have these debates with other Trump supporters to see what my positions are, to see what my evidence is. Ultimately, I'm not saying that you should listen to me because I have some type of special authority that you or anybody watching this stream doesn't have. I'm saying that you should listen not to me, but rather to the evidence I provide for what I say. Don't take me for my word, take me for my evidence. Because every claim I make on this live stream is substantiated and backed by fact.
Shh, honey, give me just 1 minute, please. Okay, I'll be with you in just a second. Okay, I'm so sorry.
I appreciate you so much for coming up. And I hope that you like continue to listen to the live stream so I could further change your mind. And thank you so much for thinking critically and being wary about your preconceived biases and beliefs.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream, folks. Only hop inside of that queue if you are an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Maybe we should have more of those conversations. Maybe every so often we should like do a live on my second account where we just like have those conversations for like an hour or two. You know what I mean? I feel like that'd be good. I feel like that'd be really good. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump? Hello, do you support Trump?
Should I say, yes, I do. Should I say why?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 17.
Okay, gotta be at least 18. Gotta be at least 18. Gotta be at least 18. We're gonna go to get that next guest connected to the live stream right now. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. B, thank you so much for the $20 over on Super Chat. Let's get 200 BWs. I appreciate you. B with the 20 says, Dean, just correcting your phrase. Sorry, it's been bothering me. The proper phrase is could not care less, meaning exactly that. Not could care less. That implies that Trump cares, which we know he doesn't. Oh, good. Good correction. Good correction. Thank you.
We are Dean with
Jeez. Holy shit. Aria, thank you so much for another $50 donation on Super Chat. I appreciate you, Aria. You're the GOAT and you know it. Thank you so much for the insane love. I am beyond grateful for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get 500 Aria W's down below. Aria with a 50. Hi, welcome. Give me one moment. Says on November 25th, Donald Trump opposed to release the DOJ records on the late sex offender Epstein, while Green joined push to force their publication. Trump publicly withdrew his support, branded her a traitor, and then threatened to back a challenger against her. Yeah, you're right. I would assume that you sent that earlier when I was describing to Icky Vicky how Donald Trump has like canceled people and like ruined their careers because of what they've said. And that is absolutely an argument. Hey, welcome in. Clara, do you support Trump?
I do, yes.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay, what year are you born in?
May 30th, 2002.
All right, a couple more people to thank you. Thank you so much, Jay, for the $5 over on Venmo, giving me the same correction that B did. Thank you. Brittany with the $50. Oh, my God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Brittany. Let's get 500 Brittany W's down below in that chat. That is BRITTNY. That is insanity. Thank you so much, Brittany. You're the GOAT. Brittany with the 50 says, thoughts on us potentially being boots on the ground to take over an Iranian island as early as tonight? Oh, now let me quickly tell you my thoughts. This is for Brittany and everybody watching. This is important. If you're not up to date with the news, Donald Trump announced that we may be starting a land invasion of Iran. Now, see, I think that this demonstrates the utter incompetence and disillusionment and failure of the efficacy and communication of the Trump administration. Marco Rubio testified in front of Congress literally last week that the war is over. But now we're going to invade them boots on the ground? There's no way. They're stupid, bruh. They're completely incompetent failures. I hate them so much. It's just terrible. Thank you so much for the $50, Brittany. Same thing to you, Laura. Thank you for the $50 as well. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys have been so kind today. Let's get 500 Laura W's down below in that comment section. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Laura with the $50 says, keep fighting for women. Listen, I try my very best to fight for common sense every single day. Thank you so much, Laura. 500 Laura W's.
Okay,
and then Thomas,
can I
thank you for the
speak?
$5. No, not yet. Amanda, thank you for the $5. Serena, thank you for the $5. Be patient for one more moment, please, and thank you. Over on PayPal, thank you so much, Maya, for the $5 who says, Professor Dean, I appreciate you. SJ, thank you for the $10 who says, sending love to you and your family. Once again, I'm so sorry for your loss. Oh, hey, well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, SJ. Yeah, today's a sad day. But, you know, like I was talking about earlier, we've known that my grandma was on her way to passing for a very long time, and she's been suffering and having a lot of pain throughout it. She died last week. She's in peace now. That brings me a little bit of joy in a hard moment. But today's her memorial service, and that's why I'm on live so early. So, yeah, I appreciate you, SJ. Devin, I appreciate you for the $10 as well. He says, keep up the great work, man. Thank you so much, Devin. Kai, thank you for the $6. Leslie Ann, thank you for the $5. Angelica, thank you for the $1. And Eli with the $14 says, I took a blinker for your grandma. I hope you're doing well. We love you, Deanie. Well, I appreciate you for the $14, Eli. Jeez. Yeah, it looks like we're all caught up. If you want to support me, if you want to support the live stream, if you want to get a message across or ask a question, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal on the link tree in my bio on my TikTok stream and the pin message on the YT stream. And the ad's right there. Dean Withers without the E in Withers. Just make sure that you double check your spelling. And then Rogue, thank you for the $10 over on Super Chat. Go ahead and take it away. Tell us why the hell you support the worst, most ugly, brutal, idiotic president of your life.
Okay, so first of all, he protects America's borders. Excuse my voice, I have a fever. He's protecting our borders by keeping all of the illegals out. He's protecting children from abortion.
Protecting children from abortion. Yeah, so I actually think that you are pretty sick if you don't think that women and girls should have access to abortion. I think that abortion is a good thing. I think we need more abortions. I think that every woman
Why
should
do you think
be...
they're a good thing?
Yeah, just because I enjoy killing little innocent babies.
Yeah, you do.
Yes. What's the counter argument here?
Well, these children have lives ahead of them. They have
All the more reason to
they have
kill them. It's
futures.
more suffering. It's more harm. Yeah.
What's their suffering?
Like when
What
we
are
kill
they
them
suffering from?
from the abortion that kills them, they're just like screaming in pain.
Mm-hmm. But if we
They're like,
were to keep them
don't
alive,
kill me, don't kill me, no, no, no. And then we just, I'm just, okay, listen, I'm trolling. I'm obviously trolling. Listen, okay. I think that obviously every woman and girl in America should have legal access to abortion because I don't think that there's anything morally wrong with abortion. And I think you would really struggle with giving me an argument otherwise.
okay.
See the struggle? See how you can't give me an argument otherwise?
Well, no, because these children have lives ahead of them. We could be killing future doctors, like the next.
I mean, we
Albert
could also be
Einstein.
killing like future Hitlers, right? So I don't think that argument works out.
Okay, but there are more doctors than there are Hitlers.
Okay. Well, I would argue that one Hitler is probably worse for society than 1,000 doctors are beneficial for society.
Okay. How do you feel about him closing the borders and keeping
Oh,
the
I'm sorry. I
illegals
want to
out?
talk about abortion. So just to clarify, your argument is that the reason why abortion is wrong is because fetuses have a future. All right. And by engaging or by a woman accessing abortion, they're preventing the future existence of like a potential doctor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here's my question. If your dad pulled out, would you still be here today?
No.
So your dad pulling out would have prevented the future existence of a person. So your dad
Yes.
pulling out should have been illegal?
No, but that means I wouldn't
Oh.
have been murdered.
Okay, so in other words, it should not be illegal to engage in actions that prevent the future existence of people like you and I. Therefore, abortion shouldn't be illegal, even though it prevents the future existence of people like you and I. Simple logic.
Okay.
That's a little fetus hand waving you goodbye because you just got ate up.
Okay. Can we move on to the borders?
Sure, you can see that women and girls should have legal access to abortion.
I don't think they should. It's against the Bible.
That's against the Bible. Is it though? Is it? In the Old Testament, the punishment for killing a person is death, eye for an eye. But the punishment for forcing a miscarriage and killing a fetus was just a fine. So even the Bible didn't give full personhood to fetuses. And in Numbers 5:15 through 31, God actually says that abortions are a good thing for women who have husbands that cheat on their husbands and get pregnant. Not to mention, there's many things that are against the Bible, like lying. Okay, but I doubt you'd say it should be illegal to lie to your children about the existence of Santa Claus.
Well, I don't tell. If I were to have kids, I wouldn't tell them about Santa Claus.
Yeah, but I bet you think it should be legal for other people to tell their children about Santa Claus. The mere
Well, I don't think
perspective
it's
on
right.
abortion would be if you got pregnant, you wouldn't have one because you don't think it's right, but you do still yet think that other individuals should be able to make that decision for themselves. She's out. She's done. She's over. She's cooked. She's baked. Only opposite side of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. Holy shit. What are we doing?
Hello?
Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
God, and dude, come on, bro. You're better than that. You're better than that. Don't be a Trump supporter. Come on, dude.
I said I'm 18.
No, yeah, you said that you're a Trump supporter. I'm saying you're better than that. Don't be
Yeah.
a Trump supporter. I said, come on, dude.
Like, what's wrong with being a Trump supporter?
I mean, so many things that are wrong with being a Trump supporter. First and foremost, I mean, you're just tossing the Constitution out the window. Earlier today, Donald Trump said that we should just get rid of birthright citizenship. Oh, okay, Don, we should just terminate the 14th Amendment. All right, then he actually be tried to infringe on the 14th Amendment with Executive Order number 14160 on the first day of his administration around a year and a half ago, and that was an infringement on the 14th. You also just completely erode and destroy the social and moral fabric of our nation. I mean, you're endorsing a president that endorses American citizens getting executed in broad daylight like Alex Brady or Keith Porter, Renee Good. Okay. And not to mention that you're also just supporting a very violent sexual predator who's raped a woman and sexually exploited women and girls as president, who then using his presidency prevented the legally obligated and mandated release of the Epstein files, thereby protecting the identities of rapists, child molesters, so on and so forth. There's been a billion other reasons too, but I'll keep it short.
Well, yeah, I just like Trump because he supports Tung Tung Tung, Sahor, and Jewish people, and that really brings it to my heart. I love Jews.
I think that Trump supporters are adopting the new argument of, well, if I just kind of like troll my way out of it, like I won't actually have to.
No, I just like
respond to
Jewish
the
people.
arguments.
I love Jewish people and Muslims and.
Dude, that's legitimately what they're doing. They say, well, shit, I actually can't respond to what Dean said. So if I just, spam the triple T. By the way, don't take his name in vain, you fuck. I'll be able to get out of it. Crazy work. Ren, do you support Trump? Ren left. Let's go to get that next guest connected right now. All right, only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA, please, and thank you. We got Adam loading up into that box. Holy. Lisa, thank you so much for the $100 over on Venmo. Thank you so much, Lisa. That is insanity. Seriously, thank you so much. I don't deserve that. That is way too much fucking money. That is above and beyond of you. I'm so very grateful for you. Thank you, Lisa. I want to see 1,000 Lisa W's down below in that comment section. Like I said, from the very bottom of my heart, thank you. I accept that donation in humility, and I just legitimately don't understand why you think I deserve that. That is fucking nuts. Thank you, Lisa. Genuinely. Beyond, over and just above. Thank you. Lisa with $100 says, yes, please do lives for people who are just looking for info, and I'm truly sorry for your loss. May remembering your loved one bring you comfort. Keep up the good work here. I listen often and admire how well versed you are in so many important topics. Well, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you for your kind words about the grandma, and I'm so very grateful for you. Thank you so much, and I'm happy that you've been enjoying the live streams. Please, folks, I want to see 1,000 Lisa W's down below. That is, like I said, above and beyond. Unfathomably kind. Just a level of love that I don't deserve. Genuinely. Adam, do you support Trump? Adam, do you support Trump? Adam, do you support Trump? I gave him 3 attempts, and now we're going to move on. Oh, only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. Hello, seriously, are you going to run away again?
No, I got you this time.
Yeah, last time you joined up, you tried to get a gotcha moment on me, but then you realized that the gotcha moment failed, and then you just kind of left. It was very pathetic.
I mean, it didn't fail, but
Then why did you leave?
Kamala lost. Because I can't.
I think that you left because the gotcha moment did fail. Also, do you want to take me off of that shit-ass Connect 360 microphone? I mean, genuinely, it sounds like you're talking through a fucking toaster from the 19th century, buddy. What are we doing? All right. So, by the way, for everybody watching, this guy's a little hateful alt-right chud. But he also happens to be peculiarly stupid. So what he does is every couple weeks, he'll try to join the stream, run a gotcha moment on me. It'll not work, and then he'll just kind of run away. Because I'm more intelligent than him. So what's the gotcha moment this time? Why do you support Trump?
Wait, you want to know why Kamala lost?
Sure.
Can a man give birth?
Can a man give birth? I don't think that cis men could give birth. No.
Men can't give birth?
Yeah, I don't think that cis men can give birth. Absolutely not.
No, if I'm asking you directly.
Yeah, and you're invoking the term man. I'd assume that what you mean by the term man is male. Yeah, males can't give birth. Cis men cannot give birth.
No. How do you know? You don't know my terms. If I'm asking you from how society sees the term, can a man give birth?
Well,
yes
it's
or no?
actually, the question they're asking me is not how society sees the term. It's how you see the term, since you're the one invoking it. So, like, the way that, like, language works in the middle of debates is when you invoke terms as part of the questions that you ask, the arguments that you run, it's in the pre-assumption of the definition that you are using. So I would assume that your definition of the word man is an adult human male. And no, males cannot give birth. Cis men who are adult human males absolutely can't. Can men rape women?
Wrong. You'd actually be wrong because I do believe in trans ideology.
Okay. Well, yeah, then if you just take gender identity to be a social construct, you uphold quote-unquote trans ideology. Can men give birth? A vast majority can't because they're cis. They don't have uteruses. But trans men who do have uteruses can give birth. Now, you asked me a question. I'll go ahead and ask you a question. I don't know why you're laughing at that. Like, all I said is that people with uteruses can give birth, and you're like, oh, crazy liberal. I'm sorry for being accurate.
You said men with uteruses can give birth.
Yeah, trans men with uteruses can give birth. Is that statement true, or is that statement false?
Oh, it's true, bro. It's true.
Okay. I know. That's why you're laughing instead of giving a counter argument. Because it's true. All right, you ask your question. I'll ask you mine. Can men rape women?
You said
no, I answered your question. I'm going to ask mine. Can men rape women?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you support a rapist as president?
I'll tell you why. You said Renee Good was justified? Or you said Renee Good was an execution?
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure that Renee Good has anything to do with the question that I asked you. It seems like you're running away once again.
It wasn't an execution. It was 100% justified.
That's cute. We can litigate that after you answer my question the same way I answered yours. Let's not try to get too ahead of ourselves with all these pivots and deflections. I'd assume this is where you leave?
Nope.
Okay, then answer the question. Why would you ever support a rapist as president? Especially considering the fact that you made an implication that you wouldn't have voted for Kamala Harris because she thinks trans men are men. But now you want to argue that you're okay with supporting Trump as president even though he's a rapist? So basically you're saying that thinking trans men are men is worse than being a rapist.
No, I just said simply Kamala is better than or worse than Trump. Trump's better than Kamala.
Well, the argument was nobody voted for her because she thinks trans men are men. Now answer the question.
No,
please.
I never said that.
Why would you support Trump as president in consideration of the fact that he's a rapist?
Wait, what facts?
Oh, I just told you. The fact that he's a rapist.
Wait, you think Jeannie Carroll is real?
Jeannie Carroll? Who's that? I don't know who Jeannie Carroll is. Who's Jeannie Carroll?
Whatever the dumb bimbo's name is.
Oh, dumb bimbo.
Yeah.
So women who are raped are dumb bimbos.
Well, I mean, she lied. That's what I believe. I don't believe she got.
Okay. Well,
raped.
see, this is like, you know, once again, a very typical like presentation of the right. And for like all the apolitical viewers, people in the middle watching, maybe you're a little bit right leaning, but you're not too educated on politics. This is actually a really good representation of why you shouldn't be MAGA, because MAGA thinks women who are raped are quote unquote dumb bimbos. It's like legitimately insane.
Was he convicted?
By convicted, you just mean found guilty, yes.
Yeah, he was held liable. What evidence did they have?
Sure. Would you like me to go over all of it? Do you think your small brain could keep up?
I just want to know some type of like physical evidence or anything.
Actually, I will go over the evidence after you justify a statement that you'd previously made, because you said that she's a quote unquote dumb bimbo because she lied. So you saying that E. Jean Carroll lied is a positive claim in which you would possess a burden of proof to demonstrate to be true. So what is the evidence that E. Jean Carroll lied?
Well, the evidence that she lied is simply because there is no evidence that that Trump was guilty besides what the jury thought.
Okay. Well, fun fact, that's actually not enough evidence that somebody is a liar. Like,
so
for instance,
because
check
there's
this
no
out.
evidence?
Check this out. I mean, this is a highly meticulous point. Just follow me here. What's your name?
Isaric.
Okay. Can you provide me any evidence that that's your name?
The screen.
Oh, couldn't you just be lying?
Yeah. I actually could.
So therefore, because you can't provide me evidence that quote unquote Isaric is your name, that therefore I now am justified and evident with evidence in believing that you are a liar.
Dean Withers raped me. All right. How do you know if I lied or not?
How do I know that you're lying about Dean Withers
in the past?
raping
Yeah.
you?
In the past, you raped me.
Okay. What's your evidence for that?
Nothing, because I'm a dumb bimbo like Jean E. Carroll.
Okay. So you think that she had no evidence for the allegation whatsoever? All right.
I don't.
Well, I
don't
don't
think
mind
there
just
was.
refuting that real quick. So there's actually a lot of evidence for her claim, and it's just so disgusting that you continue to call a victim of rape a quote-unquote dumb bimbo. So first and foremost, her evidence included her testimony that she had kept consistent for the last 30 years, as confirmed and verified by 4 of her friends that testified in court under penalty of perjury. Secondarily, she also had the dress that she was raped in by Donald Trump. She claimed it had his DNA on it. She then submitted that dress to the court to be tested against Donald Trump's DNA, but then Donald Trump refused to supply his DNA to that court. Why would an innocent man do that? Second of all, we also have the lies and inconsistencies within his own testimony. He lied and he claimed that he never would have raped her because she wasn't his type, but then he confused a picture of his ex-wife Marla Maples to be E. Jean Carroll under deposition. He also lied and said that he would never had the opportunity to rape her because he never met her, but then E. Jean Carroll then submitted a photo of them together to the court. Other extraneous evidence would be his character priors, right? If you committed a crime once, you're significantly more likely to commit that same crime again. And he is on record boasting proudly about engaging in sexual violence directed towards women or girls by barging into their dressing rooms and looking at their naked bodies. And on top of that, he was also on record in 2005
Okay, you're getting
saying
on to
that,
another
oh,
case.
okay,
Okay,
you're
let's
just
get
saying,
to your
you're
first-
saying, oh, okay, Dean, stop giving me all
Let's
the
get to-
evidence. No, sir, sit the fuck down.
You're
Sit
making
the
100
fuck down.
claims.
Hey, dog, quit yapping. All right? You're calling a victim of rape a dumb bimbo because you are such a moron that you,
Hold up, hold up.
apparently didn't even take the time to read through the court transcripts of the court case to look at the evidence to substantiate her claim. And now you're fucking crashing out because I'm giving you the evidence. I'm sorry, but at one point in your life, man, you had to get reality checked by a man 5 times more intelligent than you. And I don't know, maybe a couple multitudes better looking than you. You're probably an ugly chud that lives in your mother's basement. But anyways, I'm going to ask the Moid to just sit down, be quiet, maybe keep, I don't know, eating like the dinner that your mom slid under the door last
Blood
night
keeps
because the
muting me.
basement is way too smelly for her to
Blood
walk down there. And just allow me to
blood keeps
finish the
muting me.
evidence. And then the last
Blood-
data point of evidence.
Look,
Oh, he's
why do you
crashing
keep
out.
muting?
Hey, dumb
You're
himbo,
making-
would you stop?
Are you
Du-
good?
You're being a dumb himbo. I was in the middle of giving you all of the evidence, and you just won't let me finish, dumb himbo.
You're
Can
making
you
100
stop?
claims.
Oh,
And
I'm
went to
giving you
another
100
case.
data points of evidence
And you
because you
went
said
to
there
another
was
case.
none. Hey, dumb
You went
himbo,
to-
stop. Hey, dumb himbo, I understand that you have the intelligence of, like, my family fucking dog. Okay, maybe if, like, I jangle some keys or something, you'll focus. I wasn't done giving evidence.
Okay. All right, go on.
You gotta treat them like toddlers, everybody.
Go on. Go on.
You gotta treat them like toddlers. See, they're
Go on.
emotional creatures. So you can't, like,
Go on,
rationally communicate to an emotional creature. We have to treat
Yo,
them like a
go on,
toddler. We just have to put him in, like, timeout. And like, wait for this dumb himbo's, like,
Why are you running?
emotional crash out to stop. I'm not running. I'm just waiting for you to stop.
I said go on.
Okay, and stop interrupting. Just stop speaking. That's all I'm waiting for. Perfect. So I'm actually going to start from the top with all the evidence since you interrupted me. So the first form of evidence that we have would be the testimony that E. Jean Carroll has kept consistent for the last 30 years of her life, as corroborated by 4 of her friends that testified to the fact that it's a story that she had shared with him at multiple times in her life. The second form of evidence would be the therapist notes from the 90s indicating that she was raped by Donald Trump. The third piece of evidence would be the testimony of a psychotherapist who watched E. Jean Carroll being deposed, answering to the questions from the court, testifying to the fact that she was raped, and that psychotherapist said that the presentation of trauma within her testimony was consistent with that of a real rape victim. The fourth piece of evidence would be the fact that she submitted the dress that she was raped in to the court, claimed it had Trump's DNA on it. The court tested it, found male DNA on it, then asked Trump to prove that it wasn't his by submitting his own DNA, and Trump said no, not something an innocent man would do. The fifth piece of evidence would be the 2 lies and inconsistencies within Donald Trump's testimony. The first lie is the fact that he claimed he never met her, which he responded to with a picture of them together, and the second lie was a claim that he would never have raped her because she wasn't his type, but then he admitted that she was his type under deposition, contradicting his previous claim. And the last piece of evidence would be his character priors. Of course, if you engage in sexual violence once, you're more likely to do it again, especially if you do so with pride. All right. And he has. In 2005, he admitted to taking pride in the fact that he found it funny that he would barge into the dressing rooms of naked women and girls to look at their naked bodies. As well, in 2005, on the Access Hollywood tapes, he said that he could just grab women by their vaginas without asking first, which, funny enough, is exactly what the jury found him guilty for doing to E. Jean Carroll. So, dumb himbo, I just gave you around 50 data points of evidence to prove that he raped E. Jean Carroll, contrary to your claim that there was no evidence. So, dumb himbo, how about you go out and respond now? You have my permission to speak.
Okay. Okay, so you said the main evidence was her friends, and Trump not remember meeting her, but she did because she glazes him so much, and a dress. That's your evidence?
Is this guy just a moron? I think that maybe his brain is too small. Let me give an analogy to what he just said. So imagine I was reciting the alphabet to this guy. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then I go on and on until the end. And then in response, he's like, okay, so the alphabet is A, B, and C? Because he just completely forgot my repetition of every other letter in the alphabet. You know what I mean? And that's basically what you just did.
Letters,
I just gave you
letter,
around, I don't know, 20 data points of evidence to prove that Donald Trump raped E. Jean Carroll. And then your response was to say that only the first 2 data points that I gave you out of the 20 that I shared was the only evidence that he raped her.
Paragraphs,
You're lost in the sauce, buddy.
All right.
And if you're saying that it's too much, well, I think that's a concession. Because your argument was there is no evidence that Donald Trump raped E. Jean Carroll. But now your argument is, Dean, stop. You're giving me so much evidence that Trump raped E. Jean Carroll. I can't even remember it all.
I'm saying there's the evidence there's still not evidence. What you just stated. That's
okay,
still not
so
evidence.
That's a claim. Could you give an argument for that?
Yeah, because you're using her friends. A situation where Trump doesn't remember a random woman, where she remembers him because he talks to many people because he's a businessman, so obviously he wouldn't remember that. And then some dress that had some DNA on it that he didn't take, so he didn't take a DNA test. So
okay, legitimately the only argument in that gibberish, the only argument that I heard in all of that gibberish was to maybe say that he didn't lie when he said that he had never met E. Jean Carroll, but rather forgot. Okay.
Yeah, he forgot.
Right? So even if we accept that that's true, which you don't have any positive evidence for the way, you're just positively speculating that that is true. How does this respond to all of the other data points, like the testimony from the psychotherapist, the testimony from herself and her friends, the therapist notes from the 90s, the other line inconsistency in Trump's testimony, alongside his character priors of proudly boasting about sexual exploitation in the past and claiming that he could just grab women by their vaginas without asking first? Because you said that you had a counter argument to demonstrate how there was no evidence for the claim, but then your counter argument seemed to dispute only one of the 20 data points of evidence. And in fact, it seemed to only dispute the least significant data point of all the evidence.
Okay. You said, are you talking about grab them by the pussy when he said that? Are you talking about that? He didn't say he did. He said grab him by the pussy. Like what?
He said that you could just grab him by the pussy. That's the exact quote.
He said you could just?
Yeah.
Like nothing before that? Like he didn't, like what was the...
What came before that was him
point?
talking about how hot like a specific woman was.
Mm-hmm.
And
did
by
he
the way,
say he did?
the evidence, well, when we say that you could just do something, especially when it's rolling off of the back of a personal anecdote, it's typically in reference to you doing it. But I mean, if you want a stronger case that he did it, well, just look at the unanimous jury verdict of 9. That proved he did it, you know?
Well,
dumb himbo doesn't know what to say. Okay, all right. I'd be lost in the sauce too if I was as stupid as you.
Renee good? Renee
oh, okay, yeah, exactly. Get fucking danced on, dude. Yeah, you had the confidence to come up on this live stream and tell us that a victim of rape was a quote unquote dumb bimbo because there was no evidence that what she was saying was true, and
That's
therefore
what
you
you
know with
can-
certainty that she lied. And then I demonstrated to you, just because you don't have evidence of a claim that somebody makes doesn't give you affirming
debate
evidence
that a
that they
million
therefore
times.
lied. And then I gave you
I've ever
the
debated that.
25 data points of evidence that she
debate that a
didn't lie
million times
and
a
rather
day.
corroborated her
That was
claim.
my first
And
time.
now you're stumbling, saying that you want to
I'm
move
not-
on
I
to
don't
talk
have
about
TV
something else.
Hey, I
Oh
don't
my
have
God,
TV
it's all a
phone.
projection. It's all a projection and
have
cope. You called rape victims dumb liars because you're dumb and you're okay with rape. You're dumb rape apologists. Of course, a moronic rape apologist would call rape victims dumb liars.
Like, that was
Dude,
my first
wow, this is crazy, dude. Holy
yet you
shit.
still-
Thank you so much for
You still
exposing
couldn't give me
exactly what
evidence.
MAGA
That's why you
is.
have to spam mute me. That's why you have to spam mute me.
No, I'm spam muting you because you act like a fucking child and you are speaking out of
Says the one who
turn.
makes 100 points and gets mad when I respond to one.
Oh, I'm
Challenge
so
one.
sorry. I didn't get mad that you responded to one, but I rather gave you an explanation of how your response to one seemingly doesn't refute the preponderance of the evidence that proves Donald Trump raped Eugene Carroll.
All right, so you say Renee Good was a state
Oh,
execution.
okay. So go ahead and
It wasn't-
concede
it
that
was-
Eugene Carroll is not a quote unquote dumb bimbo. Go ahead and concede.
All right, I will if you debate me on the Renee Good situation.
Oh, wait. I don't think that a concession that you were wrong is contingent upon any future agreement of me debating you on anything else. But
Well,
it's
it's
rather
not
just
even a- it wouldn't
contingent
even be-
upon you literally being incorrect
wouldn't e-
as demonstrated by
It
my
wouldn't go
argument
against-
against your claim.
It wouldn't be a real concession.
Oh, okay.
Anyways.
Oh, okay. So do you have any response whatsoever to the evidence I gave you to prove that Donald Trump raped Eugene Carroll? No? But yeah, you won't concede the claim that you made that Eugene Carroll was a
I'm just not
liar?
gonna-
Okay.
I'm just not-
So I just want to ensure that you intentionally believe in things that are false to ridicule victims of rape.
Hold up, I'm not even gonna engage in that debate. I'll do some research.
Yeah, you're not going to
'cause
engage
you-
in that
you
debate.
this a
Yeah, know
million
your
times a
fucking
day.
place. Yeah. You went from calling the rape victim a dumb bimbo to saying that you're not even going to engage in the debate. Know your fucking place.
You still yet to
garbage
give me any
human.
evidence. You still yet to give me any evidence, though.
You've still yet to give me any evidence. No, you're just ignoring the evidence that I gave you, or you just genuinely have the memory of a goldfish. I'd say it's the latter. How fucking pathetic. Comes out the gate swinging, calling her a dumb bimbo. Then I provide all of the evidence to prove that he's talking out of his ass. Then he starts crying, saying that he's going to refuse to engage in further debate because he's not educated enough on the subject matter. Kyla, thank you so much for the meteor shower. I appreciate you for that love. Thank you. Over on Super Chat, Ashley, thank you for the $10. She says, why does MAGA seem to need video evidence of sexual abuse? Like, what kind of proof do they need? It's diabolical. No, I mean, somebody straight up made that claim on Parker's Live last night that they need to see photo evidence of it. But it's like, why would you want to see photo evidence of sexual abuse? Like, why is it something you want to see? Welcome in, Crab. Do you support Trump?
Oh, yes, I do.
How old are you?
19.
What year are you born in?
December 2006.
Okay, give me a moment. Z, thank you so much for the $15 donation on Venmo. Thank you so much, man. Let's get 150 ZWs down below. Thank you. Z with the 15 says, I had a mini debate with my friend earlier and changed his mind on some of Trump's policies and overall support by arguments that I've heard from you. Thank you, Dean. That's awesome, Z. I love that so much. Portia, thank you so much for the $10 over on Venmo. Says, please bring back the phrase silly fucking goose. I'll have to. Thank you so much for the $10. And then David and Raynelli, I appreciate you guys for the $5. Over on PayPal, thank you so much, Caroline, for the $20. She says, hey, Dean, first time in a bit I've caught one of your lives and I'm in Italy right now on the internet. It's bad. Hope you're doing good. I am doing good. I hope that you're doing all right, Caroline. It's good to see you. I feel like it has been a while. If you want to support me, if you want to support the live stream, if you want to support us so we could continue to do this for 4 hours a day, 7 days a week, or you want to get a message across, ask a question, roast the guest, make an argument, you could find links to my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok. Pin message on the YT stream. The @'s also right there, Dean Withers, without the Ian Withers. That is the very best way to support what we do. Go ahead and take it away, man. Tell us how you support the worst president of your life.
Yeah, I believe in his foreign policy, his various meetings with the Belgian Minister of Economy, Paul Etix, along with the French Minister of Economy, Phil Angist, and really just, great foreign policy in general.
Okay. So, you're trolling.
No.
Yeah. Let's go get that next guest loaded up inside of that queue. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Please and thank you. We're going to go get that next guest, EH, connected to the live. I just looked up the name of the French Minister of the Economy. It's Roland. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. All right, guys. We're going to go and get that next guest connected right now. By the way, folks, we probably have a little bit over an hour left on the live stream. We are going to be live streaming for not as long today because I have to go to the memorial service for my grandma later. So we're going to be doing around 3 hours instead of 4. We're already 2 hours and 13 minutes into the stream. We got Jamie connecting to the live stream. Too Tall Jones, I appreciate you for the $10 on Super Chat. Who says, how are the debates going today? I don't know. I feel really off my game today. But, you know, stupid as always. Tim, do you support Trump?
Yo, RIP to your grandma, bro.
I appreciate you for your kind words, Tim. Let's go to get Lucy up here. Chan, thank you for the $5. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy that I didn't read off your username. Watching your content makes me realize that the pain in my back isn't as painful as the mental gymnastics they do. So true. And Nancy, thank you for the glowing jellyfish. Hey, welcome in, Lucy. Do you support Trump?
Hi, no, but my mom is super MAGA, and I wanted to have some points to talk to her about. Is that okay?
Well, what would be okay is if, like, you put her on the mic and I debated her, but generally, like, that's really it.
All right, shoot. I'll come back when she's home sometime.
All right, Lucy, sounds good. I'll keep an eye out for you in that queue. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream right now. I'll only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump. JR Globe, thank you so much for the Galaxy Globe. I appreciate you, JR. Yeah. Hey, do you support Trump? Holy fucking shit. You're actually selling so hard right now. You're actually selling so hard right now. This person, Steve Dickinson. I saw them, I forget the post, but I saw them in like some random comment section of like some like post saying that they like made a troll account and they've been trying to join the live for months. So I decided to let them up just because they've been trying for so long, but then they got stage fright. It's actually wild. That's actually insane. All right, P, welcome into Sport Trump.
Yes, I do actually. I do. But I had to tell you, why is all your viewers saying I'm dead in my comment section?
Hey, Liv.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Oh, also, why I need you to concede to the fact that you would have no idea what Uzbekistan was if I didn't tell you it was a country. I just want to get that clear. Like I just want to clear that up with the crowd that you would have no idea what Uzbekistan was before I even told you what it was.
Yeah, just saying shit. Hey, Liv.
Yeah, no.
Hey, Liv.
Concede.
I'll concede if you answer one quick question.
Concede.
Okay, whatever.
Concede.
Can I ask you a question?
Actually, until you admit and say I only know what Uzbekistan was because I was told what it was.
All right. Well, that's clearly not true. But can I ask you a question?
Dude, bro, stop. No, don't stop.
I just
you
have
literally had to look up the map of Uzbekistan.
Yeah, to draw your dead fucking fish on it.
You
to draw your dead fucking fish on it. Can I just ask you a question? To draw your dead fucking fish on it.
Look up the map of Uzbekistan. Stop talking.
To draw your dead fish on it. Well, she's not gonna let me ask her a question, so she's gone. She needs to chill out. Let's go get the next guest connected right now. We got Claire loading up in. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president, please. Hey, do you support Trump? Claire's not here, so we're going to disconnect her. Hey, Joey, thank you for the $5 who says Trump is already back down from attacking Iran tonight. He's a global embarrassment. Dude. I mean, yeah, Taco Thursday, I guess. I'm happy that he backed down, though. Brittany, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Says, so sorry to hear about your grandma, Dean. I lost mine in 2024, and today would have been her 83rd birthday. Her name was Linda. Big love to them both, all the grandmas out there. I'm so sorry to hear that, Brittany. I'm so sorry to hear that. Hard thing to go through. Very hard thing to go through. Wow. Yeah.
Yo.
Hey, welcome into
what's up?
Sport Trump.
Yes, sir, I do.
Oh man, that's really fucking embarrassing.
Yes, sir.
So why do you support, Mr. International Embarrassment?
Well, I'll have one thing to say to you.
Moving on to the next guest, folks. I really feel tired today. I really just feel taken out of it. Just gonna get that next guest connected to the live stream right now. Dude, what is this fucking profile picture? Their name is Sleepy Baby Dean, and then their PFP is like me asleep with a double chin. What is this shit? Hi, hello? Get a fucking job. Whoever you are, get a fucking job. Get a fucking job. You are wasting your time. You need a life. Touch some grass. Make some friends. Just can't believe it. Just can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's unbelievable. Frankly. It's unfucking believable. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream right now. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Please and thank you. Do you follow the rules of the live? Thank you. Looking for some Trump supporters. What are we doing? All right, folks. Dude. How do they do that so fast? Because I was like just talking about like literally like a minute beforehand about how I'm tired. Did they just like whip up that account in like less than 2 seconds? That's crazy, bro. Some people are creative. Honestly, too creative. Allison, thank you for the $1 on PayPal. Let's go to get that next guest connected. Faith, welcome into Sport Trump. Leah, thank you so much for the $25 donation over on PayPal. Thank you so much, Leah. Same thing to you, Astrid. Thank you for the $10. Leah with the 25 says, RIP to your grandma. I'd love to send you and your crew FDT nautical sign t-shirts. I just started a business after being unemployed for a while. You can find me at insert Facebook page here. I'll have to check you guys out, and I hope that your business goes well, Leah. Thank you so much for the kind wishes, and like I said, I'll definitely check you out. Astrid with a 10 says, graduating tomorrow. We finally got, excuse me, to 4 years without my grandma this Monday. Feels off not having her there to celebrate with me. Well, Astrid, I appreciate you for the $10, and I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's rough. I could imagine how that feels. Daniel, do you support Trump?
Dean, I accidentally pressed a guest request. I'm sorry.
No worries, Daniel. Banned. I don't think we have any Trump supporters, you guys. I think that we're out of them. I think that we're all out of MAGA. They've all gone away. They're all gone. They're all gone, quite frankly. They're nowhere to be seen. They're all gone. They've all left. They've all left. No more Trump supporters left. Yo, on God, do I need to like start like saying some like shit to piss y'all off? Okay, listen, Trump supporters, you are complete morons. You have no reason to support this guy. You know what? Frankly, you're a coward. And I mean that too. You are so cowardly, okay? Running away from a debate with me. I just couldn't imagine living such a sad, despicable fucking life. Now prove that you aren't a coward by joining the guest request to come up here and debate me. Listen. We have close to 19,000 live viewers on TikTok right now, and you're telling me in a crowd of nearly 20,000 people, you can't find one Trump supporter to be outspoken about what they believe in and why? Come on. Also, for all the trolls inside of the queue, I'd really appreciate it if you guys would just take a moment and leave. As you could tell after watching the live stream, you guys have gotten a lot of airtime, okay? Like, I probably spend around 1 to 2 hours of my life every single day just, like, clicking through trolls. And it's kind of like shitty. And I wish that you guys would just, give me a break and just let me debate some Trump supporters. And I think that that's like possibly a part of the issue that's preventing more Trump supporters from joining is just because the queue is so full of trolls. Let's go ahead and try to get that next guest connected to the live stream, folks. Only hop inside of that queue of your MAGA. We're going to go ahead and just load up a full panel of like 6 people at a time. Mute your mic when you join. I'll also mute it for you. Don't unmute yourself until I send you an invite to do so, or else you will be banned. We're just going to get like a full panel of people. We're just going to start trying to run through them pretty fast this way. Please do follow the rules and only hop inside of that queue of your MAGA. All right, we have 3 people. We're going to go get another 6 people loaded up into that queue, folks. Do follow the rules, everybody. Okay, someone unmuted their mic. Bad. Okay, there's 4. There's 5. This should be 6 if they load in. Perfect. All right, guys, we're going to go bottom to top. Kelsey, sending you an invite to turn your mic on. Please turn your
Help!
mic on.
I'm at Triple T's funeral. Triple T just died.
Okay, they're a troll. Winter sent you an invite to turn your mic on. Do you support Trump?
Hi, I'm so sorry. I'm so nervous. I've been trying to debate you for a really long.
Says they're 14 in their bio. Almy sent you an invite to turn your mic on. Are you a Trump supporter?
It's Amy.
Okay. Do you support Trump, Amy? Amy just left. Ashlyn Jordan, I'm going to go to send you an invite to turn your mic on. Please accept that invite. Ashlyn Jordan just left. Savory, I sent you an invite to turn your mic on. Do you support Trump?
No, but I do have.
All right. Jada sent you an invite to turn your mic on. Hi, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Hi, Dean. I have like a quick question. I don't want to take up more than like 30 seconds.
Are you a Trump supporter?
No, I'm not.
Every single one of them. All right, we're going to move on to that next group of 6 people. Like, I don't know why you guys have such a problem with, following the rules in the middle of the phone screen.
Dean.
Like, I'm not going to lie, folks. Like, these debates are good for society. They also really help me out. Like today's like my grandma's funeral service, memorial service. And I was like really looking forward to some debates to, just kind of take my mind off things for a little bit. And it's just like so crazy how little like people on the internet care. The internet's very like impersonal and apathetic a lot of the times.
I'm a phenomenal black woman.
We're gonna go ahead.
I
and
can't lie,
start
that was kind of funny.
from the bottom up. Let's see here. Colton, do you support Trump?
Hold on 1 second. What?
It's a child. Everly, I'm gonna send you an invite to turn your mic on. Do you support Trump?
We are Charlie
Guys, no, I'm gonna go ahead and send you an invite to turn your mic on. Casno, do you support Trump?
Yes, I do actually, and I think that currently the policies he's making on immigrants is right. I do not support
Jassy,
the
thank you
way
for the
he's
galaxy.
doing it.
Casno, how old are you?
I do not. I'm 19. Well,
What year were you born
almost.
in?
2007, July 10, so in a month.
Okay, and what time is it?
Now, we are Charlie.
Very nice. No name. I'm gonna send you an invite to turn your mic on. Hi, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you?
We are Charlie.
Moving on to the third panel of 6 people from the queue. I would like to remind everybody that this is supposed to be a debate live stream where we talk to Trump supporters. Jassy, I appreciate you for the galaxy. If you want to know what the rules are to join, take a look at the middle of the phone screen. I'm going to be muting people when you guys load up into the live. If you unmute yourself at any point, I'm just going to kick you. Like, for instance, that person unmuted themselves, so now I'm going to kick them. All right, we have 4 people. Let's try to get a couple more up here. I think that we could get 6 people on the panel. Why are my views going up right now, dude? Ridiculous. All right, Diana, I'm gonna go ahead and send you a mic to turn on your invite to turn on your mic. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
What time is it?
3:33.
What state are you in?
I'm in
What?
Washington.
Okay, it's 12:34 in Washington. Liar. Blue Pillow, sent you an invite to turn that mic on.
Hello.
You support Trump?
You support Trump? Yeah, sure.
How old are you?
19.
What year are you born in?
2007.
Okay. By the way, for everybody watching, Washington, D.C. is not a state, and anybody who's in Washington, D.C. knows that Washington, D.C. is not a state. All right. I'm going to go ahead and save you for later. You should try to fix that that echo on your mic. Hey, Essie, I sent you an invite to turn your mic on.
We are Charlie Kirk.
You fucking suck at singing. Durham, I sent you an invite to turn your mic on. Do you support Trump?
What's up, Dean? Yes, I do.
How old are you?
18.
What year were you born in?
2007.
Okay. What month?
February.
You'd be 2000. You'd be 19. You fucking suck at math. Gage, edits. I sent you an invite to turn your mic on. Okay, they're just not going to turn their mic on. YBG sent you an invite to turn your mic on. Do you support Trump?
Hey, yo, you know who Osama's son is?
All right. Looks like we're left with this guy, Blue Pillow. Go ahead and turn that mic on.
I just want to say I'm sorry
Test.
for your loss. That's all.
Oh, you weren't here to debate. All right. Well, I appreciate you. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, folks. We're going to go ahead and move on to the fourth panel of 6 people looking for one Trump supporter to debate. All right, guys. I'm just going to end the stream early. If we can't get somebody up here soon. Like, this isn't really too worth my time.
I'm sorry for your loss, and I'm sure your grandma is proud of you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you for your
You have
kind
a great
words,
day.
But please follow the rules.
Yeah.
Jesse, thank you for the media shower. When I get you guys loaded up into the queue, guys, don't unmute yourself or I'm going to kick you. We're looking for a Trump supporter to debate about why they're MAGA, so.
Hello.
I told you not to
Wait,
unmute
I
yourself.
got requested.
All right, guys, let's go to get that next group of like 6 people loaded up into the box. All right, there's 4. We're going to get 2 more. Everybody just give us a moment. All right, there we go. We're going to go bottom to the top. MJ sent you an invite to turn your mic on. Do you support Trump?
Hello. Okay, listen, I do not support Trump, but I have a really important question.
Like, when are you guys going to learn? Listen. I'm going to tell you guys in advance what's going to happen if you join the live, regardless of the scenario and regardless of the context. If you are an American adult that supports Trump as president, that's down to debate me on why, I won't kick you. If you are not an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president, that's willing to debate me on why, I will kick you. Those are the only 2 options. Your individual scenario is irrelevant to if you will be kicked from the live stream. All that matters is if you are or are not an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president that's willing to debate me on why. Hayden, I'm going to go ahead and send you an invite to turn your mic on. Do you support Trump?
What's up, bro? Yeah.
How old are you?
19.
I'll believe that for a second. Jackson, I sent you an invite to turn your mic on. Do you support Trump?
Hello. Yeah, I do.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
What year are you born in?
2008, April 3rd.
Okay, and what time is it?
It's 3:38.
What state are you in?
New York.
What's the capital of New York?
Oh no. Alberta. Near the Libertarian Phalanges and man.
Bronzos, I'm going to go ahead and send you an invite to turn your mic on. Do you support Trump? DMV Walker, I'm going to go ahead and send you an invite to turn your mic on. Do you support Trump?
Hello. Yes.
Yes. You sound like fucking Talking Ben. Get out of here with that bullshit. What the fuck, Ahmed? Do you support Trump? All right. I guess we're going to go to move on to the next panel of people just trying to find somebody that would like to follow the rules. Let's go to get another couple people loaded up in here. All right, cool. We're going to go ahead and go top to bottom, looking for somebody who's following the rules. Let's see. Millie, I'm sending you an invite to turn your mic on. Tell us, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, Dean.
How old are you?
I'm 26, born May 30th, 2000.
What state are you from?
I'm from Georgia, Dean.
Name 3 cities in Georgia.
What'd you say?
Name 3 cities in Georgia.
Macon, Georgia, Perry, Georgia, and Milledgeville, Georgia.
Yeah, you're not 26. You graduate high school in 2027. Best debater, I sent you an invite to turn your mic on.
Yo.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, I support Trump.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
What year are you born in?
2007, April 3rd.
Mia, I'm going to send you an invite to turn your mic on. Do you support Trump, Mia?
Yeah,
How old are you?
18,
What year are you born in?
2008.
Okay, Mithy, I'm gonna
February.
send you an invite to turn your mic on. Do you support Trump? All right, folks. Mia, what time is it?
It's currently 3:41.
In Manchester?
No, in Florida.
But your bio says you're in Manchester.
Yeah, I was born in Manchester. I've just moved.
Really? Okay.
Mhm.
Where did you move to? What city in Florida?
I'm in Tallahassee.
And what's the capital of Florida?
Tallahassee.
I'll believe you for now. Let's go to do a 1v2. If you guys want to take it away and give me a singular argument for why Trump is a good president, I'd appreciate it. I do apologize that if my spirit's a little bit down and I'm a bit disillusioned for the start of our debate. You know, it's just a little bit hard spending an hour trying to find somebody to talk to. Go ahead and take it away, you two.
Yeah, so the reason whoever wants to speak first.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Alright. So the reason on why I support Trump is because of his judicial system, his immigration policies, and his taxes.
What do you mean his judicial system?
His judicial system, what I mean by like how he's handled jails, I mean Kamala Harris didn't let multiple people out of the jails that she, however you want to say it. She didn't let people out that were past their sentences in jail. While Trump has done far better with his judicial system and his own jails.
Yeah, I think that's some bullshit. I think that Donald Trump has completely destroyed the judicial process and system in America. I mean, he gave full and complete presidential pardons to 178 domestic terrorists who tried to kill cops on the steps of our Capitol, called them patriots, and now is offering to give them millions of dollars to line their pockets illegally. Because the slush fund has been temporarily halted by a judge based on a court order, as it is in violation of the law. He has prevented the federal government from ever investigating him, his family, or his companies for tax fraud up until this point of their lives ever again, meaning it's rules for thee, but not for me. That's not how the American judicial system should work. He's also eroded the reliability of our judicial system across the board by claiming lawfare at every turn and corner. The court that found him guilty of 34 felonies was bullshit. The civil court that held him civilly liable for raping Eugene Carroll was bullshit. The court that determined he lied about the valuation of his properties to a bank in New York was bullshit. The court that determined that he was intentionally concealing classified documents at his private estate in Mar-a-Lago were bullshit. The 63 handpicked courts that ruled there was no evidence that the 2020 election was stolen from him were all bullshit. And when you go out there and you say all these things, well, then all of a sudden half the country thinks that our judicial system is bullshit. So for these reasons and many more, I think that he's the worst thing to happen to the American judicial system in modern American history.
Okay, so are you also saying the fact that Kamala Harris didn't release people that were past their sentences? Are you saying that's bullshit?
I'll happily have a conversation with you about Kamala Harris and the
Well, I was just wanting to ask.
prison system in California when she was serving as the AG. But that's completely irrespective to your claim that Donald Trump is good for the judicial systems in this country. And I gave you a counter argument against that claim, which was the reason that you granted insofar as why you support Trump, to describe how he's terrible for it.
Okay. Well, here, let me just destroy your argument real quick. So, do you
Okay,
know
good
about
boy.
the NJL that he's imposed? Good boy. It's kind of odd.
What did you say?
I said that's kind of odd.
Oh, I thought that you said something totally different. I thought that
What
you
do you
said
think I
something. Don't worry about it. Don't. Go ahead.
All right. So, you know about the NJL that Trump's imposed, correct?
Did you say NGL?
NJL.
NJL. I don't even know what an NJL is.
You don't know what the NJL is?
What's the NJL?
So it's what was in his judicial systems, which helped prisoners. It was
What does NJL stand for?
What does NJL stand for?
Yeah.
You want to know what NJL stands for because you don't know.
Yes.
Okay. So let me walk you through it. So the NJL stands for the fucking nigger Jew law.
So the first Trump supporter that we find in over an hour, I guess wants to kill all black people and calls them all hard R's. Yeah, I think that's really representative of MAGA, folks. Mia, it's your turn. Why do you support Trump? Are you gonna scream the N-word too?
I am not. No.
Wow, surprised you're a Trump supporter
as a
then.
person, but I don't like him as a president. He's just the best bet at the moment.
Why?
Mainly because, okay, I am gonna slightly mention the economy, even if he's not done great with it.
I mean, I feel like not done great is a little bit of an understatement. He's completely destroyed it.
Yeah,
I mean, we
but
went from adding
inflation's
millions of
gone
jobs to
down.
our economy every single year under Biden to only adding 170,000 last year under Trump. And then you claim that inflation's gone down? No, it's at a 4-year high.
Okay. Also, okay, like I said, I hate him as a person. I don't stand with his morals or anything he's done in the past. He's an awful person.
Then you shouldn't
but
support him
I'm
as
not-
president because it's a person who governs. It's a person who passes a policy. It's a person who instantiates the orders. It's a person who directs the federal government, essentially.
I support him as president, not as his person. I think he's an awful person. He's done awful things in the
I know,
past.
you repeated that a handful of
Okay,
times, and
my
I'm telling
bad.
you that
Okay,
that's
my bad.
incoherent to say because you can't differentiate between the person and the president because it's the person who is influencing the public policy. And if you don't like his personal characteristics, I mean, let's assume that you think that he's like super apathetic and impersonal and doesn't really care about anybody else, and maybe that's why he raped a woman, and maybe that's why you hate him as a person. Well, those same like virtues are more so vices are also going to be what drives his public policy. Maybe that's why he relinquished protections for victims of rape and their access to abortion. Maybe that's why he defunded USAID and now there's going to be 14 million people that die over the course of the next 10 years. Maybe that's why he consigned himself to arguing that it's actually okay for ICE agents to execute citizens.
Okay, that kind of leads me on to my next point. As I previously said, I've recently moved, and I've not looked too into this, but I saw that face. My bad. His immigration policy at the moment.
Like his immigration policy. I don't think that you really know anything too much about it. What immigration policies of Trump's do you support?
Well, he closed the borders immediately after talking about it.
Really? How did he close the borders?
I don't know how, he just did.
Then how do you know that he closed the borders if you don't know how he closed the borders?
Like, the news.
Okay, so
I've watched
essentially,
the video the days.
so essentially, like somebody on the TV said so. Okay, well, like, I mean, you could hear people on the TV like say that Donald Trump is a fascist like Hitler like all day long. So, like, I don't really think that just saying that you saw somebody on the TV say it is too like reliable of a standard for truth.
it's not mainly like immigration in itself. It's
do you
illegal
think that Donald Trump is like a
immigration.
fascist? Do you think that Donald Trump is like anti-democratic?
Not necessarily.
Can we agree that we hear people say that on the news all the time?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, but your standard of truth is hearing somebody say it on the news. Because you told me that you believe he's closed the border. I asked you why you believe he's closed the border. And then you said, well, you hear it on the news.
But I've
Right?
also
So
watched,
if hearing
like, a few
something
of your
on the
past
news
debates.
means that it's true, okay, well, therefore you'd believe that Donald Trump is a fascist that's anti-democratic because you've heard it on the news.
No, I've also watched
Okay.
a few of your past debates.
Okay. So you've heard like somebody else on my live stream say it. Well, if you think that everything that anybody says on my live stream is true, well, then you think it's true that all black people should die because that's the last thing that you heard from the guest prior to you on my live stream. Right? So
No.
that's also not like a reliable standard of truth either.
No, of course not. But are the borders closed?
Are the borders closed? No, I actually don't think that the borders are closed. I think that the borders are in a very similar position today as they were at the end of the Biden-Harris administration. I think that the only difference is that Donald Trump has scared new undocumented
wait, I'm
entry
really
away
sorry. I'm
by
gonna go.
violating the
I'm
natural
low-key getting
constitutional and
doxxed.
human rights of undocumented immigrants. Okay, all right. I think that this is our issue. We have nearly 22,000 viewers right now. By the way, welcome in. This is the most viewers we've had in a while. If you don't know who I am, I'm Dean Withers. I debate Trump supporters. I debate people on the right in the American political system. And my goal is to try to change as many minds as possible because I believe that the GOP is already the downfall of America and Donald Trump is the very worst president of your life. But I think that the issue that we're facing for the last hour or so, it's been damn near impossible to find Trump supporters who are willing to come up here and give me a debate. And I think the reason why is because every single time we do get a Trump supporter who is willing to join the live stream and have a conversation with us, they just end up running away because they can't keep up. They legitimately cannot keep up. It's insanity. Rebecca, thank you so much for the $20 over on Super Chat. Thank you, Rebecca. For everybody watching, please show some love to Rebecca down below. You are awesome, awesome, awesome. Rebecca with the $20 says, much love on the loss of your grandma. Hang in there and know that you are loved. Well, thank you. I appreciate you so much for your kind words. Please, for everybody watching, show some love to Rebecca down below. Show some love to Rebecca down below. You are awesome. You are awesome. You are awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Over on Venmo, thank you so much, Harley, for the $10, who says 24,000 viewers is insane. Yeah, bro, it's pumping out right now. Holy. Thank you for the love, Harley. If you do want to support me, by the way, if you want to get a message across, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal and the link tree in my bio and TikTok. Pin message on the YT stream. And the ad's right there, Dean Withers without the Dean Withers. Jessica, thank you for the $7 who says you got this, Dean. Much love. I appreciate you, Jessica. Mad Scramble, thank you for the $10 who says chin up. I'd be willing to bet that many of these trolls are Trump supporters who troll because you are so effective and this is the only way that they could slow you down. I want to doubt it. Sailor, Haley, and Rachel, I appreciate you guys for the $5. Tracy, thank you so much for the $25. Thank you so much. Please show some love to Tracy down below. Tracy, thank you so very much for that massive, massive dono. Let's get 250 Tracy W's. I really appreciate you. And I did read your message there. I think that's a good suggestion. Jaden, thank you so much for the $10, who says, I just seen Arun directly reject the lie Trump spewed that he's reaching a deal with them. Does that mean that he was bluffing last night about bombing the shit out of them? Yeah, he backed down on that today, Jaden. Tori, thank you for the $5. Amelia, thank you for the $10. She says, I hope that you were able to find some rest and comfort. Thank you for fighting the hard fight. Well, I appreciate you, Amelia. Same thing to you, Daniel. $5 for the router repair fund. Bro, dude, shit is still broken. And Miss Kyla, thank you so much for the $100 donation on Venmo. Kyla, that is out of this world. Thank you so much for the unreal levels of love and kindness. That is way, 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 way too kind of you. Thank you so much, Kyla. Let's get 1,000 Kyla W's down below in that chat. Thank you so very much from the very bottom of my heart. That is, like I said, beyond kind of you. Show some very massive love to Kyla down below. That is way much more money than I deserve. To the moon and back, thank you so much for your unreal and very much so undeserved kindness and generosity. Kyla says, no need to read unless you want to. I'll read it. My grandma raised me and I was more of a progressive dim than many of those who are in politics today. Regardless of your grandma's political affiliation, it's so hard to lose that relationship. Sending love. Well, I appreciate you, Kyla. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you so much for your kind thoughts. And thank you so much for the incredibly kind donation. And same thing to you, Kyle. Thank you so much for the $25 donation on Venmo. Thank you so much, man. Show some love to Kyle. Over on PayPal, thank you, Mandy, for the $25, who says, my grandma passed almost 2 weeks ago on May 30th. She had been battling with cancer for years, so I'm holding on to the knowledge that at least she's not in pain anymore. I hope this thought helps you too. No, that's exactly how I feel as well. Thank you so very much for the love, Mandy, and I wish the very best to you and yours. Genuinely, it's a hard thing to go through. Brian, thank you so much for the $20 as well. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's get 200 Brian W's. And with all that being said, we are caught up. Now, you guys aren't going to believe this, but we are back to square one. I don't know what TikTok has been doing recently. They have just been randomly restricting my guest access for literally no reason. And then I just simply reach out to TikTok. And then they just simply give me the guest access back. It takes like around 20 minutes to get the guest access back every single time. And that's exactly what we need to do right now. But that doesn't mean that the debates will be coming to an end. We're just going to, as we did earlier, shift it all back over to the Discord. Now, if you want to join the debate Discord to debate me, you could find that Linktree in bio. We already have it all good to go. If you're already in there, that's awesome. And just join the Join Here channel, and we're going to go and get you pulled up while I once again reach out to a TikTok representative to get help on that issue for the second time this stream. All right. This account name is Unapologetically MAGA. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. Unapologetically MAGA, do you support Trump?
Hello? Yes, I do.
How do you?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay. Sounds good. What year are you born in?
2008, May 27th.
Okay. And what time is it?
It's 3:56 p.m.
Okay. And why do you support Trump?
I support Trump because I'm actually a socialist, so I want people to be disillusioned with the system of capitalism because Trump is such a horrible president that because of how horrible of a president he is and how horrible the conditions will be under him, people will actually vote for someone in the future who actually represents their needs.
Yeah, for sure. So if you were in Germany in the 1920s, 1930s, would you have been a fan of Hitler?
No.
Wait, why not? There's not a better example throughout history of a ruthless, evil dictator suppressing the power of the working class and the proletariat.
I mean, I feel like if I was in 1920s Germany, I would recognize that. Yes, I believe that Trump is, further to the right, but like Hitler's on another level of authoritarian.
I know, just meaning that he's on another level of like very clearly showing the downfalls of a capitalist structure within in society, which just on another level would only influence the proletariats of that society to be pushed further to the left. Right? And in fact, you'd actually support Hitler more than Trump because Hitler would only be, under your hypothesis, more effective than Trump in pushing more people towards the left. In fact, you should say that you really like Trump, but you like Hitler more than Trump.
No, I don't like either of them. I just don't believe.
Well, let me rephrase myself then. You really support Trump, but you would support Hitler more than Trump.
No.
Why
That's
not?
not what I'm saying at all.
Wait, let me give you an argument. From your perspective, really like catch that from your perspective, you should support Hitler more than Trump because he would only push people in society further left after those people see a more glaringly obvious example of the persecution, killing, and oppression of the working class.
Listen, just because I said I would vote for Trump does not mean that I support him. It just means that this is a means to an end. So
then the argument that I just gave you is an argument for the conclusion that you would vote for Hitler.
I would not vote for Hitler because I know that he would cause insane like genocides like he did in the Holocaust. Of course, I would not want genocides. Trump isn't really. Yes, he's a horrible president, but he's not causing a genocide.
Okay, so
my
your
point.
your threshold is genocide. Anything else?
Yes, exactly. I mean, if he's like, I mean, I know Trump is a white supremacist, but he's not really like open about it. He's not blatantly saying, "Oh, I think
How
white
about
people are
this?
superior to
How about
black
this?
people."
How about this?
But
So genocide includes
Stuff
some
like
like
that.
aspect of intentionality. So I don't think that we'd be able to apply this to what I'm about to say. But according to sources, over the course of the next 10 years, around 14 million people across the globe are going to die because of Donald Trump's cuts to U.S. aid.
Oh, I did not know that.
So do you think that Donald Trump's policy having the downstream effect of killing 14 million people across the globe in 10 years would make him sufficiently wrong that from your position of accelerationism that you wouldn't vote for him, even in consideration of the facts downstream given accelerationism?
Okay, but I believe that those deaths would have been caused under any president, even Democratic. I mean, Democratic presidents don't really like.
Yeah.
The healthcare system is horrible under each and under both of them.
Yeah,
They're both
well, that's
capitalist and
not
imperialist.
true
They're both
because USAID was actually created by Democrats, defended by Democrats, and continued by Democrats.
Okay, but there was still major issues with the
Right.
with the
Right, but
with the healthcare
remember,
system under
those major issues are actually not major issues to you because you're an accelerationist. You should be thankful that the Democrats have major issues within their policy and agenda because that only further accelerates and pushes more of the working class further to the left. See how like incoherent your like political ideologies are?
I mean, I guess, but like I don't think I think it's.
Thanks for the debate, man. We're gonna move on to the next guest. Bro, come on. Only hop inside of that queue on that Discord chat if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as presidency. Dude said, I guess. That's wild. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream right now. All right, Riley, Discord user Zoe 0570. I'm gonna go ahead and unmute you. By the way, guys, if you want to support me, if you want to support the live stream, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pin message on that YouTube stream, and the ad's right there, Dean Withers without the E and Withers. That is the very best way to get a message across. Hi, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, what year were you born in?
1996, May.
Okay, and why do you support Trump?
Because I agree with a lot of his policies. Overall, he's done a lot for the American people regarding like immigration.
I think that you're trolling,
And
right?
everything with
Could you just be
ICE
honest if you're
is
trolling? Could you just
I'm
be
not
honest if you're trolling?
trolling.
Okay, I just want to make sure because like I feel like a lot of people have really wasted my time today, and I didn't really have too much longer, and I just want to actually debate
Yeah, I
a Trump
get
supporter.
that. There's so many like people in here that are just time wasters. It's just like, what are you doing if you don't even want to debate?
I mean, I think that's a fake Southern accent. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. We're going to go to get that next guest, QM, on server muted. Hi, welcome in. Do you support Trump, QM?
Yes,
How old are you?
I'm 18.
What year were you born in?
I was born in 2007, August 7th. I'm about to turn 19. I go to the University of Colorado Boulder.
Good to see you.
Yep.
Do you live on campus?
I do, but right now I'm at my parents' house because we're off the semester currently. Also, if you want to ask me the time, it's 2:02 p.m.
What you know about Willville?
I don't know much about it.
Dude, come on. You've never been over to Willville? All right, listen. You need to go to their cafeteria. It is the best on campus. The Buff Bus can take you there. All right, they got the best options. I'm talking, they got a dedicated curry stand. They got a dedicated Mexican stand. They got a dedicated meat stand where, like, sometimes they'll legit just be serving flank steak with some great toppings on it. It's great. All right, go check it out. Go check it out when you're back. It's awesome.
Yep, I will do. Wait, have you ever been, before we move on to the debate, what do you think of Pearl Street?
Well, I mean, it's fun on the weekends, but pretty expensive.
No, shit's boring recently. It's like terrible. I
Don't-
can't find anyone to.
Listen, I'm not saying that you have a fake, but if you do have a fake, don't take it a Pearl. All right, you'll legitimate. They'll get you every time, and you'll get fucked up. But anyways, go to take it away. Tell us why you support Trump.
Yeah, well, The reason I support Trump is because I think he has some good historical precedent as to why we should support him. Now, do I think he's some perfect president? No. But I think he's bringing us back to an isolationist position, which I know you're not a fan of at all, but I do have reasons to support this. So it's really just trying to pull us out of NATO, not being as friendly with our allies, and forcing them to try and get that 5% GDP spending in NATO.
Well, I mean, if we pulled out of NATO, then there would be no like forceful mechanism to force that 5% GDP spending on their military. So
Yep,
I think that those two goals are contradictory.
Well, it's more of a, I don't want to be in NATO whatsoever, but if we're going to be in NATO because it's such a popular thing among the American citizens, I'd at least prefer that we to the 5% GDP spending.
Yeah, listen, I actually don't really have too much of an issue with Trump's push to get them to spend more of their GDP on their military. I'm agnostic on it, is essentially what I'm saying. But what I would say here, and this is really important, is I don't think that Donald Trump's isolationist position has benefited us in the slightest. Like, it seems with the rise of modern day American isolationism that our country has only been made worse off, regardless if it's causing American manufacturers to shut down because they can no longer afford the raw materials required to produce their goods from overseas, or is distancing ourselves from our allies. So now after Donald Trump started this war of choice in Iran, none of them are coming to our aid, or just like the hypocrisy. Like, on one hand, they're an isolationist because we need to cut off other countries for trade. But on the other hand, we're not an isolationist at all, and we just need to take over the Northern Hemisphere, right? It's very hypocritical. But how about this? I want to ask you this question. What is one way that our country has been made better off over the course of the last year and a half because of Trump's isolationism?
One way that it's going to be the case that our enemies are going to see, well, not our enemies, our allies and our enemies are both seeing that we can more put our foot down among people who are less soft. We have a stronger case that when we put threats forward, we're actually going to pull through on them. Now, do I think that Trump always does the right threats? No, absolutely not. I hate the war in Iran. I think it's one of the worst things ever done in modern American history. I don't like the contradiction to the isolationism, but overall, I think we're on a good track there.
Okay,
I think usually our allies taking us more seriously.
So, well, I don't really think that anybody's taking us more seriously. I think that maybe they're a little bit more scared of us because we're more unpredictable. But that unpredictable tyranny actually just stalls further global development of diplomacy and allyship. It just places it on pause because now everybody's too scared due to the fact that we're too unpredictable. You didn't answer my question, because my question was, what is one way that this has materially benefited our nation in the last year and a half? And you kind of gave me like some like thesis of maybe the good things that you think Trump is doing, but you're not explaining how they're good in the narrow scope of how they've materially benefited us in the last year and a half.
Well, when you say material, are you referring to like specifically economic procedure? Or are you referring to like some specific, like the working class? Like what?
I just want to know how it's, I just want to know like vaguely how it's actually made our country better. Where's the benefit of this isolationism? Because as I just responded to, I think that we see a lot of downsides. Prices, manufacturers going out of business, manufacturers losing investment, Americans illegally paying $92 billion worth of Donald Trump's unconstitutional tariffs. Like, all these things are very quantifiable negative material outcomes that have been produced in the last year and a half by Donald Trump's isolationism. You're arguing in support of his isolationism, so I'd assume that means that you think it yields more pros than cons. So where are the pros at?
Well, yeah, that's like the one big pro I'm saying I think overweighs the cons. And I tried to explain, and I can give a case for isolationism as to why. So I'll give that right now if that's what you're asking me. But if you're saying like some very strict material thing, like something that we can put in some probability distribution or just statistics and write it down, I don't think there's any exact stats for that. But as to why I think isolationism is better in the long run, it's going to allow it that enemies, specifically like Russia and China, I think we don't need to be friendly with them. So the unpredictability is like somewhat useful for that, in the sense that they don't exactly know what we're going to do. So they can't just, like, for example, China won't know that they can just take over Taiwan at any time. So I think it can allow us to like put less militaristic input into the, the Eastern Hemisphere, and then still in the end allow us to have our interests there be protected.
The only way that we could protect our interests overseas would be through interventionism. But see, isolationism means non-interventionism. And like specifically about Russia as an example, Well, if we were like strict isolationists, we pulled out of NATO, we killed it, all of a sudden, Ukraine is left in the dust. Ukraine doesn't have support from other countries to fight against, Russia's invasion. Ukraine loses, Russia takes over. All of a sudden, Russia is larger, Russia is stronger, Russia is more powerful, and then Russia is a more unpredictable and bigger threat to America. And by the way, even Trump has realized this, right? Like the original Trump isolationist approach to Ukraine was to say, we're going to take away all their funding. We're not going to give them any money. We're not going to give them any weapons for the war or funding for humanitarian aid. And we're just kind of going to leave them to do their own thing because we're isolating now under me. But around 2 months into his term, he realized that was a fucking mistake. Okay, he realized that was a complete disaster. He realized that that only gave more power to Russia. He realized that was only furthering, even our own domestic issues because we don't want Russia to be more powerful. We want them to be weaker. So then he conceded, okay, and what the Democrats wanted to do all along, okay, which was to then continue giving them money and funding.
Any specific point? Well, the one thing you said was that Russia gaining more power is going to domestically affect us more. I'm not quite sure what that really is trying to say, but in the end, while Russia might gain some more power, for example, taking like Kiev, that wouldn't be exactly the greatest thing. Obviously, I think that they're really politically corrupt to the point where I'm not exactly terrified of their military, and I think that Europe would all, in the end, when we would be more isolationist and taking us out of NATO, even though we would still have trade partnerships inside of Europe, they would also force themselves to gain more of their GDP into military and then also military aid for Ukraine, allowing them to, put more defenses into Ukraine, possibly even pushing back the Russian advance.
But you're saying that's a benefit of something other than isolationism. Because Donald Trump reaching out to the other countries. No, that's not isolation at all. That's Donald Trump engaging in diplomatic relationships with our allies overseas to influence better outcomes for the world from your perspective. And that's not an outcome of isolationism. That's an outcome of a global interventionalism. Us saying that let's get involved on the daily on the global stage. Let's give some funding to our military. Let's give some funding to the slush fund of NATO. Let's continue to uphold NATO. Let's make it stronger. Let's galvanize these allyships. So in fact, the thing that you're arguing is good is in all reality an outcome of something other than isolationism.
Dean, that's not what I just said. I explicitly said we would stop supporting them, and then NATO would force themselves, amongst the European countries, they would have to increase their GDP. So I don't know if you were listening. I'm saying that us not helping by staying back in America is going to force them to do what we want. So if you consider diplomatics just anything where
but why would we not help if that's just going to produce worse outcomes in Ukraine and ultimately lead to unfavorable outcomes for a country? Also, I want to let it be known that your hypothesis, not only is it weak, but it's also not reflective of the Trump administration. Donald Trump is helping Ukraine. As I previously told you, he has restarted all of the same funding that the Democrats were giving them. So you're arguing that you support Trump because of something that he's not doing.
I mean, I don't have any stats to back it up, so I suppose we'll just come back later, but I do think my thesis is good, but I appreciate the debate. Also, I didn't troll you for once, so I guess that was the first real debate you've had all live.
A little bit, bro. A little bit. Have a good one, okay?
Have a great night.
Okay, let's go ahead and get that next guest loaded up into that queue. We already have a TikTok moderator submitting an appeal to the mods on my behalf. It's kind of crazy, folks, how frequently TikTok has been restricting my guest access. I'm really happy that we figured it out. I'm really happy that there's something that we can do to continue the debates during these times. But folks, I will say, if you do want to support me, if you want to support our efforts, if you want to support the work that we do, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok and pin message over on that YouTube stream. And that's right there, Dean Withers without the Ian Withers. We really don't have too much longer on stream because I have to end here pretty soon to go to my grandmother's memorial service. I might be back afterwards, though. I might join Parker's stream and do a co-host with him. Big Daddy J, do you support Trump?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to call you Jay because I'm not going to call you Big Daddy. Whoa.
That's perfectly fine. You can call me Jess.
Jess, how old are you?
I am 31. And before I say anything, I am a Trump supporter, but the idiot that used the hard R, he's not part of our clan.
I think that he's part of Trump's clan. I mean, Trump posted a picture depicting the most
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
What I'm happy is
there's a lot more smarter, intelligent Trump supporters than that can stoop to that level.
I'm happy that you think people who say the N-word are an idiot. Let me start there. Okay, gold star, that's great. Love to hear it. But, I mean, Donald Trump called all black people lazy in the 90s. Donald Trump refused to rent to black people in the 70s and then was sued for it by the state of New York. A couple of months ago, Donald Trump depicted the most two successful black people in the history of America as apes on Truth Social. So there is a reason why white supremacists that scream the N-word gravitate towards Trump.
Right, and I don't support those. Now, because I say I'm a Trump supporter, I can like grilled cheese, but don't want it baptized in cheese. I like Donald Trump, but I don't agree with every policy and everything he says. It's the greater of two evils in my eyes as far as why I support Trump. And when I say support, I voted for Trump. I don't support half of what he stands for, but there is some things I do like, and there's things that he's proven me wrong in. I thought that he would better the economy better than I thought Kamala would. I was wrong, and I'm not afraid to say that, but that was one thing that I kind of went into. Also, my main thing is I come from a religious background, and I don't agree with abortion. I think there is two ways in my eyes that it is okay. And that was the main deciding factor, the majority deciding factor of why I went with Trump, is because more of a Republican stance were against that, and that was my deciding factor.
Okay. Jess, can you please disconnect your phone from any Bluetooth device that you have plugged into it?
Absolutely. Hold on a sec.
I'll be able to hear you a lot better.
I am connected.
While you do that, I'm actually going to take a quick moment here just to thank a couple of the donors. Bread. Thank you so much for the $50 over on Super Chat. All the love in the world to you, Bread. That is a very, very kind donation. I'm so very grateful for you. Let's get 500 Bread W's down below in the comment section. Thank you. Please do show some love to Bread down below. Bread with the $50 says, working a 6-day restaurant week and grateful for the peace I get having your lives on while I'm on the grill or relaxing after the shift. I'm often too tired to put up a fight, so it means a lot that people like you are out here changing things. Well, thank you so much, Bread. I'm so very grateful for the love and support. I know that you have been watching these live streams for a very long time. I know that you have been supporting them too. And just know that I am really, really, really grateful for you. Thank you so much, Brett. I want to see 500 Brett W's down below in that comment section. That is beyond kind of you. Thank you so much, Brett. Quickly, I also just need to take a moment to send one message to the TikTok moderator that's helping me get my account back. Typically, the appeals come through in less than 20 minutes. Anyway, we could keep the chat open so you can let me know the outcome, like Molly. Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, Brad, once again. I'm very, very grateful for you. A couple of people to thank over on Vimeo. Jess, once again, I do appreciate you for your patience. Bryn, thank you for the $5 for flowers for your grandma. I appreciate you, Bryn. Tina, thank you so much for the $25. Let's get to it on Tina W's. Thank you so much, Tina. Tina with the $25 says, I'm a teacher and I find it refreshing that you know how to find the evidence. Thank you for the daily entertainment while I'm on summer break. Tina in Arizona. Well, shout out to you, Tina. Thank you for the $25, and I hope that it's not too hot out there in Arizona. It gets pretty wild. Lena, thank you for the $10. She says, my weekly tithe. So grateful for you, Dean, and I'm so sorry for your loss. Well, thank you, Lena. And then same thing to you, R. Thank you for the $5. Over on PayPal, we got a couple people to thank quickly. Thank you so much for the love. Brian, thank you so much for the $150 donation. Holy fuck, bro. Brian, that's crazy. You were the absolute GOAT. Dude, what? That is way too much money, bro. I don't deserve that shit. That is way too much fucking money. Let me know if you meant to send like 15 or something, because that's unbelievable. I want to see so much love for Brian down below in that chat. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, truly insane. Thank you so fucking much, Brian. Show some love to the goat down below, because that's unfathomable. To Moonback, once again, I really do appreciate you for your kindness and your generosity. Not a dollar amount that I would ever deserve. Wow. I mean, Brian didn't even attach a message. I want to see some massive love to Brian down below in that chat until we end the fucking stream, because that's genuinely insane. Same thing to you, Joe. Thank you for the $15. Who says, been saving a bit for my trip to Europe in 19 days, but I finally have some extra to donate to. So here you go. I appreciate you, Joe, and I hope you have fun on your trip to Europe. That sounds fun. Shout out to you. And then Danessa, thank you for the $5. And once again, show some love to Brian, the absolute goat. If you want to support the stream, you can find the Venmo and the PayPal and the link tree in the bio on my TikTok account. It's in the pinned message on the YouTube stream, and the ad's right there. Dean Withers without the Dean Withers. Jess, once again, I do really appreciate you for your patience. Let's go and pick it back up where you left off. So you said that you maybe support Trump because you're anti-abortion. I sure can hear you.
All right, good.
Oh, 1 second. I have to respond once again because these TikTok mods are confused. So that was for a separate, different ban. I've gotten another one since then. I don't know why. There's something wrong. I've been getting one every 2 hours, and every time it has been appealed. Regardless, because this is a new ban, can you submit an appeal on it? My apologies for the confusion. Sorry, folks. I hope you all know that I'm terrible at multitasking, and Jess has been really patient. So let's go and hop into it. Jess, do you think that abortion should be banned in circumstances of rape?
Yes.
Okay, Jess. I'd assume the reason why you think that abortion should be banned in circumstances of rape is because even if it's an abortion that a woman or girl's getting because of rape, it's still killing a life inevitably?
Correct.
All right. I have a question. Do you think it'd be okay to forcefully steal kidneys from 12-year-old girls to save the life of a stranger?
Absolutely not.
So then why is it okay to forcefully steal the uterus and the bodily resources of a 12-year-old girl to save the life of a stranger?
Because morally and religiously, you're taking the life of a human being. And two is, it is not that baby's fault what has happened to the mother.
Okay. So it's a good thing to steal kidneys from 12-year-old girls to then give them to strangers, because morally and religiously, it's wrong for that stranger to die. And it's not that stranger's fault that they need the 12-year-old girl's kidney to save their life. The same way it's not the fetus's fault that they need the uterus and the bodily resources of the raped 12-year-old to save their life. The same way that morally and religiously, it would be wrong for the fetus to die.
Right, but we could always create what-if situations to condone or make abortion seem less traumatic, should I say, against the people who disagree with it. Now, there is an instance in the abortion that I agree with, and it is one and one only. And it's if the scenario pertains to, well, the doctor says to the husband, hey, it's your wife or the baby. I will 100% choose my wife. I am going to spend the rest of my life with her. And that is who I feel like God has put in my life to build it. Yeah. And so there is some degree to that I agree with the as far as if you have to abort the fetus on that instance. But that is just how I believe, and that's how I'm going to believe. And so that's how I perceive it.
Okay, well, listen, let's just try to stay on topic with rape victims of abortion. I could respond to all of that in a bit, because I find this to be a really important topic. So, in this scenario... Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. What did you say about a husband?
What are you talking about?
Can you just repeat what you said? Can you, just make it a little bit more concise?
Like the scenario I gave?
Yes.
Absolutely. So if the doctor came to me as the husband and they said, hey, your wife's on the operating table, she's not doing good, and we know we're 100% sure, and it's 100% sure that it's one life or the other, I will choose my wife any day of the week.
Oh, good. Good. Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. But anyways, so let's go ahead and go back to that analogy that I gave you. So how about this? Can we agree the reason why a 12-year-old girl would not have an obligation to forcefully provide one of her kidneys to a stranger to save their life, right, is because ultimately, even though that stranger would die, it's not the 12-year-old girl's fault, because a 12-year-old girl isn't the person who put that stranger in a position where they would need the 12-year-old girl's kidney to live.
Okay, you're going to have to repeat yourself, and I caught the first half of that.
So earlier I asked you, would it be okay for the state to steal the kidney of a 12-year-old girl and give it to a stranger to save their life? You said no, it would not be okay for the state to do that. The 12-year-old girl would not have an obligation to provide their kidney to save the life of the stranger. Do you agree the reason why is because the 12-year-old girl is not the party responsible for putting that stranger in a position where they need the girl's kidney to live? And for that reason, the 12-year-old girl has no obligation to provide her kidney to that stranger.
Right. Absolutely. She has no obligation. You're given a scenario with a lot of less detail that could pertain to that situation. But for the sake of your analogy, sure. Okay. It is not that 12-year-old's analogy.
That's exactly what I think about like rape victims and abortion. So if a 12-year-old girl is raped, if a 21-year-old woman is raped, if a 50-year-old is raped and they're impregnated, okay? Well, all of a sudden, they have this fetus that is dependent on their bodily resources to live. But because they're not responsible for putting that fetus in the position where they need their bodily resources in order to live, they should be well within their right to revoke access to those things, just like that 12-year-old girl is well within her right to never provide access to those things in the first place, even if it means the fetus dies. Just like in the analogy that I gave you, even if it means the stranger dies. And there's really no difference between these two scenarios.
And they're welcome to have. Yeah, and they're welcome to have that right. That doesn't mean I have to agree with it. Because there's certain things that I think should take place in those situations. Because
so basically you're saying...
I would say, are the rape victims in the right mind when they make those? And I would assume not, because something very, very extremely traumatic has happened to them. And two is, just so we're clear, if they are raped, there should be super high level of consequences to the rapist.
So basically you're saying that rape victims should have the legal right to access abortion, but you just don't think they should do it?
No, I'm saying, I can't make a decision over a woman. She can make it over herself. If she was to choose to abort that, I don't agree with it, but I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, you can't do that. I don't agree with it.
Wait, bro, you're pro-choice.
Do what?
You're pro-choice, like me. You're like a liberal. You're like a Democrat. You're pro-choice. You think that women and girls should be able to access abortion?
No.
Yes. You just the only reason why I say no is because you don't like the label. Listen, being pro-choice and being pro-life, okay, are not moral positions. Being pro-choice doesn't mean that you're okay with abortion. Being pro-life doesn't mean that you're not okay with abortion. Being pro-choice and being pro-life are legal positions. It means that you don't think women should be able to access abortion, or you do think that women and girls should be able to access abortion.
I don't think they should be able to access abortion.
So then you don't think that they should have that right to make that decision? Contrary to what you just said.
Honestly, no.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't think they should have a right.
The abortion. Just a couple moments ago, you said
I can't. There's nothing that I can do to stop that from happening. I'm just saying I don't agree with it at all.
Okay, so would you support laws that ban women from accessing abortion?
Yes, I would. But there would be predicaments to that law. It wouldn't just say if you want an abortion, you can't have one.
Listen, my friend, I have to hop off here in 2 minutes. 2 minutes is not enough to unpack your view. Would you like to come back tomorrow?
If I have some free time, because
Okay.
I'm working. So but yeah, I don't and I know you got 2 minutes. I'll speed it up. But we're talking about abortion and getting away from Trump, even though there were some things I correlated them with. I don't agree with abortion. You do agree with it. I'm fine with going that separate ways. So there's nothing that you can say to convince me that it should be right. I think there's levels to what you're saying. There's a lot of levels I don't agree with. There's some levels to it that I do agree with, because if I was put in that situation, and that would only be for the life of the mother.
Yeah. All right. Like I said, I'd love to continue that dialogue, Jay. Not enough time to go through it today. Hope you come back tomorrow. Have a good one. For everybody else in the Discord call, we are just going to go ahead and end it here because, I got to hop off. But definitely, if you do want to debate me, I would recommend not leaving this Discord channel. The reason why I say that is because every so often we will get our guest access on TikTok restricted, so then we definitely have to create these channels. All right, so let's just go ahead and end that Discord channel. Listen, for everybody watching, I appreciate y'all so much for showing up today. I really, really, really wish that I had more time to talk to that guy, but I gotta bounce. Michelle, thank you so much for the $100 donation over on Venmo. Michelle, that is really, really kind of you. Thank you so much for that love and support. Genuinely, genuinely insane. Beyond kind. Thank you, Michelle. I want to see 1,000 Michelle W's in that chat. Michelle says, "Rip Granny, sending love to you and your entire family." Well, I appreciate you, Michelle. I know that you've been watching for a long time. All the love in the world to you, and thank you so much for the support. Same thing to Madison with the $10, who says, "As a woman in the Army, thank you so much for advocating for democracy while some of us are unable to." Well, thank you, Madison, and I wish you the best of luck. Stay alive. And then Johnny and Haley, I appreciate you guys for the $5 as well. Over on PayPal, thank you so much, Kella, Kela, for the $24 donation. Thank you so much. And Zad, thank you so much for the $25. I will read both of y'all's messages to myself. I just got to run so we could go to the service. Everybody, make sure to hit that follow button on your way out on TikTok. Drop a sub on YouTube. I will see you all later tonight. I'm probably going to join Parker streaming Coast with him for a bit. Or maybe not. I may be a little bit too emotionally distraught after this service, I would assume. So I might just see you guys tomorrow. Peace, love, good night, and goodbye.